It's not a ranger. Ranger.
Hello, everyone. How are we today?
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Hello. I have decided what I picked.
What did
I've
you
got
pick?
Branding, Smite, Aid, and as a level 1 spell, I got Command Duel.
Ooh, yes. Commend. Get someone to duel you, yes.
fight me!
Here we are, everyone. The moment of truth. We are going on the Heist in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Last week, you guys managed to retrieve the glass beholder eye from the Xanatharum, and you then defeated Zoblob and took over his shop, eliminating all of the Xanathar guild operatives that were posted there, placing it under the control of the City Watch, who have secured it, waiting for the day when you use the glass eye to transport yourselves to Xanathar's lair from the portal beneath the store. The city guard, when you placed the shop under their control, estimated that you have about a single 10 day to make your preparations before Xanathar becomes aware that one of the entrances to his hideout has been compromised. And so, we will start on the day right after the fight in Zoblob's Knick-Knack shop, and we will follow through these 10 days of preparation and see what you can manage to unearth before you set foot into the dungeon. So, the first thing we must address is, as you wake up the day after the fight in Zoblob's shop, come down into the tap room of the Drunken Dwarf, Veska and Nim the Nimblewright are already active, preparing for the day's rush. Not that you're expecting a lot of people, as the fierce autumn winds are particularly nasty today, battering at the windows and walls and making the entire house groan under the wind. Veska waits for you all to assemble, and she says, absent-mindedly, "Okay, so last night I thought of something. We're planning on heading into Xanathar's lair, lifting the Stone of Golorr from right under his nose, and we're going to have to make sure we prepare for this, right?" She waits for you all to nod, and then she says, "Problem. Almost everyone knows that we use this place as our base of operations. What's to stop Xanathar from simply sending a spy in, watching us all day, and eavesdropping on our preparation?" To this, Nim the Nimblewright says, "Yes, sirs and madams, that is indeed a pertinent point that Miss Veska has raised here. I would suggest not leaving any charts and maps in plain view."
Fair enough. This is a good point.
Veska looks around and she says, "Now, I'm expecting some resistance to this option, but..." She looks over at Narthel and she says, "What would you all say to us taking up residence in Narthel's abode for the coming 10 days?
I like slumber parties.
Greenhouse that I need to convert to my uses, so this is a possibility.
Nim the Nimblewright says, yes, spending the time in Master Narthel's abode, yes, that sounds suitable. If the Xanathar Guild did send a spy to spy on you, then I do declare their time will be wasted."
I love that this guy actually has a personality now. It's amazing.
I was going to say, how early in the morning is it? Just out of curiosity.
About 8 o'clock or so.
I was going to say, because Bobbit, from the second she woke up that morning after
dashed out.
Everything that happened today, Bobbit has, legitimately packed her things and has already left. Isn't even, planning on coming back here, so someone may have to go and find her to tell her what's happening.
Sir Lucian, already in his private booth, just raises a tankard of ale and he says, "Well, some good, lovely, upscale accommodations instead of continued miserable existence here. I vote yes." What do the rest of you think about this?
Just taking shit on the bar.
Bulb is happy to do so.
Bulb is happy to do so. How about Ava?
Sorry, what?
You're all coming to
Relocating.
snap my
Yeah,
house.
relocating to Narthel's
Oh,
house.
yeah.
Well, you
As
can
long as
duck-
I can make potions there.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to. Just in case, someone comes into the tavern to spy on you, it's good that you have this second location. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, your decision is unanimous. You immediately pack up your necessities that you'll need over the 10 days, and of course you can always come back here to get more. And you agree to relocate to Narthel's estate, leaving the tavern in the capable hands of Nim and Lith.
I think the
Hey,
kids enjoy having Bobbit to play with.
Again,
If you could find her.
Bobbit. I was gonna say there is. I will say Bobbit has left a note in her room because she's quite literally packed any tools she might need and her actual bedding stuff and has buggered off. It's like Bobbit's left before everyone else woke up this morning. For several
Left the
reasons.
building.
Yeah, for
So-
several different reasons.
Bulb, before we leave,
Yep.
gets Leon, Rover, Gary, Stemples, and Nami.
Oh my god.
And
Sorry,
he,
just a name.
and he tasks them with keeping an eye on the tavern. And if Nim points out anybody, they should follow anyone that he thinks is shady. They should follow him and report back to me each night. He then sends Shag and Scooby to find
Scooby.
Shag and Scooby to find Bobbit and to relay that we are temporarily moving into Narthel's mansion. And Sally and Gareth are to accompany me.
They all sort of listen to your orders, and then Shag and Scoob just groan and go, "Oh man, what? Seriously?" Leon perks up and he says, Dude, just inhale the good, exhale the bad." And then they all disperse and prepare for the individual assignments that you have given them.
I also tell Leon, Rover, Gary, Stemples, and Nami that they are not to be noticed by any patrons of the tavern. Just really
Just blend.
hammer that in.
Just stay up here, enjoy the sunlight, good vibes only, dude. Got it, says Leon. Says this is gonna be lit as fireworks on the 4th of July,
What?
dude. and then, as you prepare to relocate to Narthel's Manor, we will begin the phase of preparation. So we'll start with Bobbit first, and I know Bobbit has a lot packed into this period
Oh,
of
yeah.
10 days. So Bobbit, would you like to explain how you are accomplishing so much in a period of 10 days?
Well, basically, for several reasons, almost all of them involving the nightmare story that was her interactions with Mr. Stick last episode, Bobbit is temporarily removing the Eldritch evocation for Agonizing Blast and has replaced it with Aspect of the Moon. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, basically, you no longer need to sleep and can't be forced to sleep by any means. To gain the benefits of a long rest, you can spend all 8 hours doing light activities such as reading your Book of Shadows and keeping what? Basically, Bobbit's been scared so shitless by what happened the day before that he no longer needs to sleep and is going to be spending every
Mr.
waking...
Stick will eat me.
Pretty much. It's now spending every waking moment working at the Temple of or the House of Inspiring Hands on several projects and just doubling down on her artificing abilities, hence why she's taken a second level in Artificer.
Yes. So
Bobbit, I was going to say, pretty much, yeah, like I said, Bobbit basically left first thing in the morning, just a small note of where he's gone, and just packed everything and has buggered off to the temple and just said to them that, Bobbit rocks up the temple, goes, Bobbit's staying here for 10 days. Bobbit has 10 days, she's using them. And just immediately gets to work on everything she has planned for during that time.
So the first thing you had planned was to use some infusions on your pistol. I believe enhanced weapon and repeating shot. This requires no roll, simply 2 long rests, and so this is accomplished without any hassle. Your pistol now has a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and no longer requires ammunition. Furthermore, you ignore the loading property of it. Secondly, Bobbit, you have decided that the time has come to upgrade your defenses, and so you'd like to purchase a breastplate, but we shall leave that for later, as you have something more pressing to spend your money on, and that is the construction of a new gizmo. Would you like to reveal to the party what that is, or would you like to keep it as a surprise?
Oh no, we'll keep it as a surprise. We'll reveal it when it's time for everyone to reconvene. But I do definitely have to roll for that, and I'm nervous as shit, even with all the bonuses you...
Even with all the bonuses I've provided, so go ahead and spend the cash that you require on components, and then go ahead and roll your Tinker Tools check, and you may roll with advantage, as you are using... your first one is the lesser of the two, so yeah, just go ahead and make your Tinker Tools check and spend the money required to purchase the components required for downsizing.
Okay, that's 17 on that roll. That's 14 plus 3, because they have proficiency with Tinker Tools, so I believe you said 16 I needed for that one.
Yep, 16, so that you managed to accomplish without much effort. You spend the first few days working on making some tweaks to the flying machine that you acquired from the Temple of House of Inspiring Hands. A little bit of downsizing, perhaps. And after you have accomplished this, you have most of the original components of the machine left over, which will allow you to get advantage on the next roll you are going to make. And in addition, you may use the mechanical beholder parts you found several sessions ago to get required components for half price. So go ahead and spend the money and make a DC 20 Tinker Tools check with advantage, please.
Okay, I'm going to have to spend an inspiration point on that one.
Yep, you may roll again with advantage.
I shit you not, I just rolled a 2 and a nat 20.
Ah, you made it!
Oh, fuck.
So, Bobbit, you spend the majority of the 10 days working on this major project, just creating the plans and studying them when you should be sleeping, and then during your quote-unquote waking hours, just devoting yourself utterly to putting this contraption together. And finally, you step back and admire your handiwork, and just imagine the faces on the rest of the looks on the rest of the party's faces when they finally see it. Finally, your third and final action was that you wish to purchase a breastplate.
Aye.
And so you head to the nearest blacksmith you could find just outside of the House of Inspiring Hands, and you find a breastplate that is approximately your size, and you immediately ask to purchase it. The brown-skinned hill dwarf behind the counter simply says, "Ah, yes, sir. Well, short of a nuclear-tinged bullet, that one. That'll be 400 gold pieces, and it's yours, little lass."
So he's probably looking over and sees a slightly damaged one behind him going, "What about that one?"
The dwarf looks at this slightly damaged one. It's got a big dent in the front and it's covered in scorch marks, and he says, "Oh, a bit short of cash, are we? Well, I could let you have this one instead for, look, 10 gold less or so. It's still in a usable condition, but I mean, surely you don't want to be seen wearing this ratty thing around.
I was going to say, Bobbit just sort of readjusts her glasses so there's a nice glint to it going, oh, Bobbit's not too worried about that. She's good with fixing things.
The
And
dwarf...
agrees to take that one. So you say 10 less?
10 less, yes.
Oh, fun. I actually do have some gold left over. I mean,
Not much,
it's like
but...
6 gold pieces, but hey, it's worth it.
The dwarf just smiles, and as he helps you put the breastplate on, he notices the scorch marks on your coat and your clothing and pants underneath the breastplate, and he says, well, look at that, it sort of matches a bit, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You hand over the money, and then you walk out of the shop with your brand new, slightly damaged breastplate. And now, we shall move on to Ava. Ava, how would you like to what preparations would you like to conduct for this 10-day period?
Oh my. I would like to buy some supplies.
Yes, for your herbalism, I would like you to please make a nature check. Or a survival check, whichever one you would prefer.
You're not my real mom. I forgot to take the plates off my desk so that I can get to my dice.
Dices, yeah.
That would help.
Oh, I'm smart. Excuse me, sir. Professor looks offended. Not Professor. Spock looks offended.
Oh, poor little
He's
birdie.
fine.
What was I rolling?
You may do a nature or a survival check, depending on... If you wish to purchase supplies, it'll be nature. If you wish to gather them yourself, it'll be survival.
My survival is very high.
Alright,
So,
yep, so you're
I
gonna
rolled
take it... Yep, what'd you roll, sorry?
17 plus 7.
Ooh, yep, so 24 altogether. So you spend actually a few days taking trips out to the outlying farms outside of Waterdeep, just looking through the fields and the hills and woods and gathering any and all ingredients that you can find. And even though it's autumn and the trees are tinged orange, it's starting to lose their leaves and the grass is starting to wilt, there's a surprising number of usable herbs and plants still growing that haven't yet wilted away. And so you may do a herbalism check with advantage, and you may also add +3 to the roll.
Okay. Oh, I got a nat 20.
Nat 20, so nat 20 plus 3, so 23.
Wait for it.
Okay, you may make 5 potions of healing, or 5 basic poisons, or any combination of the two.
I'll take all the healing.
5 potions of healing it is. And so once you return back to Narthal's Manor with your supplies, you basically lock yourself up in the back portion of the stable that Bulb is converting into a greenhouse, and just spend the rest of your time mixing up potions. Potions that will no doubt do the party a lot of good in the dungeon that is to come. We'll move on now to... Yep,
so
sorry.
I'm currently holding 3, and I
So-
just made 5.
Yep, so you've got 8 now, so...
Wait, Bobbit, how are you looking for potions?
I don't believe I have any actually at the moment.
Okay, Narthal,
2.
2. Bulb,
Remy?
Bulb has 1.
Alright,
and Sir Lucian has 0.
I'll give 2 to Sir Lucian.
Yep, 2 to Bobbit,
2
I'm
to
assuming.
2 to Bobbit and 1 to Bulb.
Bulb. That's a good division. I think that will be
Well,
very
now we've all
useful.
got 2 each at least.
Yeah, that's 2. Yeah,
Oh,
that's probably going to
nice.
be very
Thank you.
useful. And so now we move on to Bulb. And what will Bulb be doing for his period of preparation?
on day, Bulb will be going around with a collection plate and asking everyone for a small amount of gold so that he may have enough to buy the components for one Revivify spell.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And he is asking for up to 154 gold.
Okay, I'll just give you that.
Ah, well, there you go. You got lucky.
Wow, promise
Have
gold.
200 gold.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Ava
Thank you.
just, hands it over to you. And with that, you would
Well,
like
Ava didn't have to buy anything. So.
Well, that's
True that.
So,
Okay, well, Bulb will then go and purchase a 300 gold piece diamond.
yeah, so you head back to Troll Skull Alley and into Fala Lelafir's shop, and she has some diamond dust that she's just taken delivery of. And so you purchase 300 gold pieces worth of diamond dust, enough for one Revivify spell. However, because of your work with the Emerald Enclave, helping to source some rare components for her, I would like you to please do a charisma check. Just a straight charisma check, please.
Okay.
If there was the time for you to pass one of these, it would be now.
It would be.
You didn't.
You've got inspiration.
Yeah, you got
bonus.
inspiration.
I do have an inspiration. I'm going to use that because that was a 6.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
That was a 12.
12, which is enough.
Oh,
Hey.
Fala smiles at you and graciously offers 2 bags of diamond dust for your purchase of
Oh
1.
my.
Oh, nice.
nice. Okay. Well, I happily take it and reminder that I'm available for work anytime.
Now that you've acquired the diamonds, what would you like to do?
I would like to spend a week making a scroll of Revivify.
Ooh, yes. So,
And I can only make one per 10-day, can't I?
yes. So you'll have
Yep.
enough components to cast Revivify.
Yep.
You'll only be
So-
able to make one scroll. And
Okay.
no roll is... actually, go ahead and make an Arcana check, please.
Watch this be a fucking nat 1. No, Arcana, that is a unnatural 20.
Nice.
I'll take that one.
You spend the rest of your 10-day period encoding the essence of a Revivify spell onto a scroll, hoping it will assist the party, and you use up one of the bags of diamond dust in the process of creating this scroll, embedding the
That makes
essence of
sense.
the dust into the paper itself. We now move to Narthel. Narthel, what do you do during these 10 days of preparation?
Well, first things first, I'm hassling Bulb for my jars.
Yes. You
No, yeah, 'cause I know where they are, definitely.
Yes, you basically just beg Bulb, bees! And sure enough, the day after the events of last session, your Cholton bees arrive at the Emerald Enclave, and you accompany Bulb as he goes and fetches them from Malinar at Falconmere Estate. And so, you are given one large jar filled
One
with
large.
Cholton bees.
Large jar. Excellent.
And the jar contains 2d6 bees.
Do you want me to do that now or when I actually use
When
it?
you can do it
Okay.
either or, it doesn't bother me.
Alright, let's do it now. That is 6 bees!
6 bees, lovely. Second of
Well,
all,
Another bees.
Narthel, I believe now as a 5th level paladin, you have the Find Steed spell.
I do. I spend the next few days because I have to put the shoes on the horse as well.
Yes.
I get the children down to the stables after telling them that everyone's going to be living with us for a bit and want to make sure their schoolwork is doing fine. I go, kids, check this out. And I just raise my hands to the sky and just say oogity boogity boo boo for the kids to make them laugh. And
Yes, for the children. No
yes,
one else.
children. Yes, right. And all that anyone in the general vicinity hears is just this majestic and out of
nowhere.
Out of nowhere, this majestic horse who is like, we'll say two, maybe about 1 to 2. Actually, how tall am I? 10 feet. That's right.
Yeah.
2 to 3
3 to 9. Yeah, close enough.
2 to 3 feet smaller than me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fucking massive horse.
And so
It's a beefy boy.
you cast your fine steed, and to the great amusement of the children, materializing in the middle of the stable is a spirit that takes the form of an unusually large warhorse. And I'll put its stat block up in Milo's lucky dice so you may see it.
And the horse's colors is a mixture of black and blue. Not blue, black with white splotches.
Lovely.
And his name is Boulder,
Boulder the warhorse.
which is Nordic for prince.
Ah,
And that's appropriate as all hell.
appropriate for
Triple
Prince
Dur.
Nathal of the
Boulder.
Giants. Yep,
Boulder.
as in Baldur's Gate, yes. And
Actually, with no U.
start with no U, yes.
Boulder.
And then you spend a couple of days with the kids' help fixing the horseshoes of speed to Boulder, increasing his movement speed to 120 feet,
God.
Oh, wow.
leaving yourself with a very capable, majestic steed. And now, perhaps you'd like to take your steed out for a test run as you have a few days left. Would you like to head out into town and perhaps question some of your criminal contacts that are known to you from your work in the city guard, and see if you can glean some information about Xanathar's lair?
I'll do that instead. When you said go out for a ride, I was going to take the kids on the horse, but yeah, doing that, I don't want to take them.
You sit
I'll let you take them for like one quick run and then just like take them back and go, okay, Daddy has to fix things.
Yes, we'll do that.
You sit aside your horse, and first you take it just around the North Ward, just so the children can enjoy a ride on the horse. Then you deposit them back at the estate, and you spend the next few days chasing up several criminal contacts and seeing what information they can give you. And so, just this once, I will allow you to make your intimidation checks with advantage because of your giant horse. You may make 3 intimidation checks, please. Each one with
Holy
advantage.
shit!
We'll see how much information you can glean.
Alright, so this
That's a
is
very horse.
the first one. That's a 15 and 11,
15.
so 15 plus... Where's my intimidation at?
26.
Yep. Yes, yeah, okay, first one's a 26, yeah, okay.
Right, go ahead and
then
make
we
the other 2.
Next one is a 17.
17, lovely, and make your third one.
19.
So, first day you take your horse out, you manage to meet a human bandit named Odo, a balding, muscle-bound man with a lame leg, who once did a job for the Xanathar Guild. He speaks a bit too openly while you graciously get him drunk at a tavern in the dock ward, and he tells you that when he worked for Xanathar, he constantly went hungry, as although there is a kitchen in Xanathar's lair, staffed by a team of kobold chefs, the food is prepared exclusively for Xanathar, and if the food is not exactly perfect, Xanathar flies into a rage and starts accosting members of the guild, throwing the day-to-day running of the base into chaos.
So, I'm assuming he tries the food before
Well, he
Going
just
off his nana?
you get the
Or did he
impression.
judge it
Yeah,
off
you get
the
the
look of it?
you were told by Odo that he actually just judges it based on the look of it, and sometimes he got upset because the food was a few minutes late. He expects it to be perfect and on time. So that might be a potential avenue of sabotage once you enter the lair. On the second day, when you take your force out, you meet a half-mad and badly scarred deep gnome named Loopbottom, who lives in an alley shelter. She claims that she was one of Xanathar's most trusted servants before she was chased away by the volatile and paranoid Beholder. She tells you that Xanathar's lair is riddled with secret passages, at least 4 of them throughout the lair, most of them quite well hidden. And furthermore, Xanathar has a circle of blind dwarven wizards who monitor areas of the lair at all times through fairly obvious eye stalks that pop out of the roof in portions of the lair.
Can I get him to jot these down on the map for me?
Yes, what she does is she actually tells you the names of the rooms where these are, and she says it was years since she was there, so they may have changed locations, but she describes what these eye stalks look like, so you should be able to quite easily spot them. Furthermore, she tells you that it is only the system of surveillance is only monitored by the circle of blind wizards, and so if you were to quickly incapacitate these wizards, you would be able to move around the lair unnoticed. On the third day, you were contacted by the human bandit named Odo again, inviting you to the same tavern to get blind drunk once more. And after his 5 flagons and half a bottle of wine down, he reaches into his coat and pulls out a ratty-looking scrap of parchment and tells you that this is a crude map of Xanathar's lair that he and some fellow ne'er-do-wells managed to draw up about a year ago when they were thinking of breaking into Xanathar's lair and putting the Beholder in his place, and then promptly realizing just how dangerous such a thing would be. Nonetheless, he gives it to you with hopes that it will serve you well, and here it is in Milo's lucky dice.
That is amazing.
Does that say arena?
Yes.
Yes.
Dead Beholders. Drow Weirdo? Oh, that sounds like fun. Don't. Seeing a lot of don'ts in there. Weirdo Wizard or whatever. Oh, Creepy Brains. I wonder what that could possibly mean.
And so, this map, as crude as it is, will probably be of more use than Odo knows as you enter Xanathar's lair. And with that, the 10 days of preparation are completed, unless there's anything else you'd want to do.
I did. I wanted to go look around town's stables and get some armor for Boulder.
Ah, lovely. I would like you to please make a charisma check. A persuasion check, please.
This is how I see the blacksmith that takes one look at that horse and just goes, hell no!
It's a 16 plus 5.
16 plus 5. You spend the last day of the preparation period taking Boulder around Waterdeep to various stables and wild and livestock supply stores. See if you could find anyone who would be prepared to make some barding big enough for him. And the first 4 or 5 you meet just take one look at the horse and say no, but the last one you find, a rather shy female halfling with freckles and blonde hair, says, "Well, I'm not one to shy away from a challenge." And she asks you what kind of barding you would like her to make for your horse.
Ooh, there are kinds.
Yes.
Yeah, my horse can wear leather, studded leather, ringmail, scale, chain, splint, and plate.
Well, maybe later when I have Blob on, I could try the same for Duncan. Well, that'd be funny.
Let's see. I don't want to spend too much, so let's go for some studded leather.
Studded leather. She says that she would be able to get this done by the end of the day, and she will require 180 gold for the materials and labour.
I can actually do that.
Lovely. So you pay her, and you decide to just wait around and watch her at her work, and she doesn't protest. She lets you watch her, and you just watch as over the course of the day, as the sun begins to set outside, she slowly puts together a large studded leather barding around Boulder's body, putting it together piece by piece, until finally, hours later, she takes a step back and asks, "Well, what do you think, mister?" And you see Boulder standing there, the studded leather barding protecting most of his body from harm. It's coloured black with little white rivets across the surface of the studded leather to match the colour of the horse himself. And while he's wearing this, he will have an AC of 13.
The old father himself would be impressed by this.
She smiles and she says, "Well, if you have any other needs for Boulder here, feel free to bring him back. He was a pleasure to work with, much more docile than any horse I've ever met."
I'd like to offer some friendship for her. If her stables ever become full, she can rent a few stalls from my stables at a discounted price.
Very well. Make a persuasion check, please, with advantage.
Clever boy.
That is what's my persuasion at? No, that's performance. That's charisma. That's +5. That is a 16.
A 16. Lovely. She nods and she says, "Oh, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thank you. We run out of room quite a lot here." And so, she immediately rents out a stall in your stables, just in case, that she knows she'll be taking delivery of a few horses later on in the month. And so she pays you up front to rent your stables for that period right now, and you receive 30 gold pieces.
Damn.
Before we do anything else, also during the week, Bulb just spends 1 or 2 days
Converting
minor restorationing everyone who was sick with sewer plague.
Because over the period of the 10 days, Bobbit, Ava, and Bulb...
No, not me.
yeah.
It was Ava, Bulb, and Veska.
Ava, Bulb, and Veska start to feel...
Did I get sewer plague?
Yes, you did. While I was controlling you, unfortunately. Begin to feel a little bit green behind the gills. You start to get really bad stomach pains and seem to spend a lot of time in the bathroom. Not so much with solids, but more with liquids. But they come out of the solids hole.
Oh!
Well, if it's not
I was gonna say, I feel sorry for the maid of that household. Just, oh God, why?
And
how did you get on the roof?
And so, Bulb, would you like to cast 3 lesser restorations to relieve the affected party members of their level of exhaustion?
Yes, I will do such a thing.
Very well.
And that is without using my charm, that is using my actual spell slots during one of the days. So
lovely.
we all still have our charms.
So I will ask you to start the next section of today's session down 1 spell slot. We'll say you had time to cast 2 when the symptoms manifested, but then The third person's symptoms came relatively late, so unfortunately you haven't had time to regain that spell slot from the final Lesser Restoration.
I will use one of my charms so that I don't have to do that.
Ah, very well, very well.
I will sacrifice one charm so that I don't have to do that.
And so, the 10 days of preparation are complete, and with some information and some supplies, you think you're about ready to finally take on Xanathar's lair and the dangers that await within. But, the night before you were due to enter Xanathar's lair, in the middle of the night, about 3 in the morning, as the autumn winds howl in the darkness outside the former Grelhund estate, piercing the night silence. I would like all of you to please make perception checks.
I'm not actually there.
Well, no, Bobbert,
15 for me?
Bobbert, your stuff is nearly all done. So this is the final night. So you've returned to the thing. You just haven't showed off everything yet.
It's a
You'll do that in
19
the morning. Yep.
Non-natural 20.
Alright, 14.
14. How did Nathal go with his?
15.
15, and I shall roll Sir Lucian's and Vesca's. So at just after 3 a.m., you were all awoken almost simultaneously. Bulb, Sir Lucian, and Nathal in the master bedroom that used to be the sleeping place of Lady Grelhund, and Bobbert and Ava in the children's room. You were jerked awake by the sounds of creaking wood, the slow creak of a door downstairs being opened, and then human voices whispering. Oi, what is it? Yeah. Remy said they was upstairs on the second floor. Alright, shh, don't make any noise. We're gonna gut them in their sleep and then we're gonna get out of here. Nice and easy, right?
Oh, those poor bastards.
Oh no.
It appears that there are intruders in Nathal's estate. You have about 1 minute before they get upstairs to where you were sleeping. What would you like to do as you were forewarned of their arrival?
Was I forewarned with a 19?
Yes.
I didn't. Yep.
Everyone was awoken.
Oh, okay.
Do I have time to put stuff on?
You have time to
I
start
do.
putting your stuff on.
Oh yeah, of course you do. This is quite literally Sailor Moon bullshit armor.
Yeah.
You have time to start putting your stuff on.
Bulb
But-
just throws his robe on.
Yeah, Bulb's
I was gonna
fine.
say, would I have to roll? Would I have to roll for that?
You could try a, we'll say a sleight of hand check to see if you can rush to put your armor on faster.
Alright, that's 19.
19. Very well, you managed
I was gonna
to...
say, Bobbert was technically jerked away, but let's face it, she hasn't really slept at all, and this just kind of proves the point to who needs sleep? Sleep's not important anymore.
As soon as you hear the noises, you scramble out of your sleeping bag, rush to your breastplate, and start putting it on. You won't fully get it on before combat starts, but you will only have to wait, let me see, instead of the usual 5 minutes required to put on a medium armor, you will only have to wait 2 rounds to get it on.
Well, you guys go and have fun without me.
Ava, what would you like to do?
They're coming in from outside, yeah?
Yes.
Can I just fly out the window?
You sort of fly out the window, not put your armor on?
What's my AC without my armor?
It's 10 plus your dex mod.
Where's my... That's right. So it's 14.
14, yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so you just fly, as soon as you hear noises, you spread your wings and fly out of the bedroom window, and so you
With the sword.
With your sword, and so you may start the encounter stealth.
Nice.
And I
I will
would
leave it for you.
like. Sorry, is everyone done? Sorry.
Yep. What will you like to do, Nathal?
Alright, well, first on snap on the armor.
Yep. Climb out of your
Ah.
bed, raise your hands, and twirl around, and your armor immediately clasps onto your body.
Nathal Moon!
In the name of the
In the name of
In
the
the name-
All-Father, I shall punish you.
In the name
Oh,
of
dear
the
God.
mighty All-Father Sailor Scouts.
Oh God! Meanwhile, the guy downstairs are like, "You hear something?" Yeah, I'm good. Maybe it was just the wind. It was just the wind, I think.
So are they outside?
Some of them appear to be outside your bedroom, making their way upstairs to you. They appear to be in the house, so they're in the house, making their way upstairs to your bedroom.
Alright, well, I'd like to go for a sneaky sneak as well. I will grab my axe and follow Ava and jump out and, like, head
Well,
head
Ava's
around
in
to
a-
the
Wait,
back
you're on
door.
like the second floor,
Yeah,
man.
Ava's. Yeah, you're on the second floor,
But
and
I'm
Ava's in a
10
different room.
feet.
Yeah, I
It
know.
doesn't matter. You're still throwing
Yeah, it doesn't
yourself
matter,
out
your
the
feet
second
still
floor window.
falling 10 feet.
Your feet are still
Oh,
going to
boy.
fall the same distance.
Okay, I would like you to make.
Um,
I would like you, please, to make a stealth check, Nathal.
What was that? Nothing.
Stealth check, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
And a 10-foot tall giant just fucking face planting on the front lawn.
It's a 14.
A 14. You.
It's like Angus trying to be stealth.
Yep. You
Excepting
walk up to the window and you manage to determine that there are at least 5 of them. But before you're about to climb out, one of them notices you, and so you quickly duck back into the window and
Shit.
hide within your bedroom. Meanwhile, Sir Lucian grabs his armor and slowly starts to put it on, and he will be putting his armor on for at the very least 5 rounds.
Okay.
what time of night is it?
About,
Like, is it?
it's just after 3 in the morning.
Okay, so it is metagaming, but we wouldn't really get a long rest after this.
No, unfortunately.
Mm-mm.
Fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Rest of
Damn it.
spell now. You're going in dry for the actual dungeon itself, mate.
So,
Oh no.
Okay.
so please go ahead, everyone,
That's
and
gonna
roll
hurt.
roll for initiative. And
Uh,
Nathal
6.
gets a surprise round. Because he...
And
I
me.
guess-
And
Wait,
Ava, yeah. Ava and Nathal both get surprise rounds. Everyone else must roll for initiative normally.
And that is a 19 for me.
19. for
I
Nathal.
rolled a 16, but I'm out for the first 2.
Yep. Or you can choose to... You don't have to put your armor on. You can, like, have it half on and do other stuff if you need to.
Well, what would happen if I only had it like half on? How does
You
that
won't
work?
get your AC, but, like, you don't have to... Your rounds aren't automatically, I'm putting my armor on. You choose to take an action to continue putting your armor on.
Ah,
So how did Bulb and Ava go with their initiative?
Bulb got an 11.
11, and how about Ava?
I got 14.
14. PC's are 15, and M1 is 8. Very well, Nathal, you have a surprise round. You may go first.
Alright, so I know. Hold on, let me get there. So
You
I
know that there are
uh,
at least
they're
5.
there?
Yep, you know there are 3 outside your bedroom, and you know that there are another 2 somewhere. You suspect they are probably coming up from the opposite side of the house, so you do suspect that these 2 are there as well. And remember, there is a secret door here that links the kid's bedroom with your own.
there's $1 million question. Yeah, there's $1 million question. Where are the kids anyway?
In your
In the
room with
bedroom.
you.
Oh.
They have not been awakened yet.
Oh, great! I get to. Well, great! I get to protect the kids. This ought to be great fun.
They're
Thanks.
not in their own room?
Yeah, they are in their own room.
We
with Bobbit.
are.
Yeah.
We're in their room.
Yeah, Bobbit and Ava
We were
are
staying in
sleeping
their room.
the kids' room.
Alright, so I want to run to here and pretty much just boot the doors in, making it hopefully with enough strength get it to hit that guy.
Yep, alright. So you run to the doors, please make an athletics check.
Plus that is a 17.
As the thieves creep towards the doorway, they see you up and about. Their mouths go open with a wide "oh," and they start to run for you with their short swords drawn. You slam the doors shut as Guild Thief 2 runs into them, and he's knocked to the floor prone.
Alright, and spend the rest of my movement action to get... God damn it, you stupid thing. To get in range, then... Choppy chop!
Choppy chop with advantage, because he's prone. Go ahead.
It's a 17 and a 1!
17,
Alright, so
that's a hit.
17 plus 5. Okay,
Yep, that's a hit. Go ahead,
blah, blah,
roll
blah,
for
blah, blah.
damage.
2d6 plus 9 with 1d6. 10 plus 9. 19.
19. Good bit of damage. You smash your axe down into Guild Thief 2 as he lies prone on the door. And Guild Thief 1 looks at Guild Thief 3 and says, "I thought he was meant to be sleeping!"
Oh, you're next, buddy. I'm going for my second attack and go for number 1.
Go for number 1. Go ahead. Roll to hit.
That is a 17.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
Oh, you're breaking into my house. Oh.
Yeah, everything. Once they break into your house, everything you do to them is nice and legal.
And you didn't invite him, so it works just fine.
And that is a
Okay.
13.
That is a 13.
Oh, bandits!
Guild Thief 1 makes a loud oof as you slam your axe into his stomach, knocking him backwards. It is Ava's surprise round turn.
Okay. I'm guessing Guild Thief number 5 is near a window.
He sure is. Would you like to fly over to the window and get him?
Yup.
You fly out around the side of the house, fly up to the window where Guild Thief 5 is standing, and as he sees you approach with his swords drawn and Aarakocra just in her bedclothes, he begins to laugh, and then his laughter turns
Does he actually see me? Wouldn't he be facing away?
Oh yeah, he's facing away. No, he doesn't. He would be laughing if he sees you, but yeah, go ahead, roll to hit with
As
advantage.
if Ava would wear bedclothes. She practically can't be naked.
Go ahead and
True.
roll for advantage.
For attack, you mean?
Yep, you may, because he doesn't know you're there, so I'll allow you to roll and hit him.
Okay. So that is 17 plus 6.
That's
I can't
a,
math.
that's a hit. Roll for damage.
1d6 plus 4. So that is 6.
6. He's just sitting there with his back to the window, and suddenly an unclothed Aarakocra swoops through and slashes him with a sword. He falls forwards, screaming in terror, and then he slowly...
And then 1d4.
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry. That's 1 for the psychic damage. Sorry.
Yep, and then he climbs to his feet as you go in for your second attack. And you may roll this one normally.
I usually get to anyway because of my skill.
Yes.
Oh, you mean without advantage?
Yeah, without advantage.
Yeah. Sorry. Alright, that is 13 plus 6.
That is a hit.
Where is my d6? There it is. Oh. That's only 5.
5, not to worry, because you get a third attack.
Boop!
Hey.
Yes, I do. 15 plus 6, so 21.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
I got a 6. So 6 plus 4.
6 plus 4, 10. And you stick your sword through the window, gutting him through the back of his neck.
Can I throw him out the window with my sword? Just
Yep.
like fling it.
You just pull him out of the window and hurl him onto the estate ground.
Just say, get like the Wilhelm scream as he's going, just the...
Okay, we now go to the normal combat, and Nathal, you get to go again.
Yeah, no one makes fun of my bedclothes.
Oh, Nitz, won't you join me in my kitchen? Mess him up.
While Nathal is taking his turn, I'm getting another alcoholic beverage.
Lovely.
Yeah.
We're Dungeons and Dragons not advocate binge drinking. This is a special occasion.
Hey, I'm not driving,
He's
so
not-
I'm all good.
He's not
Yep.
binging.
Yeah, he's
He's
fine.
having one. He's having one.
He's having one. Go ahead, Nathal, take your turn.
As a little bit of keen action, whatnot, look at all three of them and just smile, going, "All right, whoever gives me the information I want, I'll let them live."
They all look at you. They all just look at you, weighing up their options, but saying nothing yet.
Okay,
Oh,
here we go.
good.
Oh, good. So it's treason then.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well,
That is a fucking nat 20.
Oh,
Motherfuckers.
shit.
On
No.
Guild Thief 2 while he's still prone, or Guild Thief 1?
Oh, we're going guild number 1.
Alright, go ahead, roll your damage and double it, please.
yeah, I was going to say, well, asking them nicely isn't going to convince them. Fine.
5 plus 5. Oh, that's 5 plus 5. That's 20.
20, whoa! You slam your axe into his stomach and he falls to the ground, struggling to maintain consciousness. He is almost dead.
Alright.
Be a real shame if you had an extra attack right about now.
Oh, I have 2 because that was a nat 20.
Yes, so you're gonna cleave.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll cleave this. Cleave everything. That is a plus
think
9. That is a 17.
A 17. That is a hit. Roll for damage.
10.
And as he struggles to climb to his feet, you take a step forward and bring your axe down into the front of his face. He gurgles as he dies.
Alright, so now
Yeah,
that's done, before I take my extra attack, you're going, okay, you just seen what I did. Alright, who wants to talk?
Okay.
Like you to make an intimidation check, please. With disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yes, because these thieves
Yeah.
are not quite ready to give up despite what has happened. As far as they know, the other invasion on the other side of the house is going along smoothly.
Well, that is a 12.
Yep.
They look at the thief who's standing up looks at the one on the ground, and then they both shrug and continue advancing towards you.
Alright. Ground guide is. Fuck you.
Roll with advantage to hit him.
That is a 16.
A 16. That is not a hit, unfortunately.
Oh,
Your
motherfucker!
axe blade bounces off his armor.
Oh, dang.
dear.
Okay,
Oh dear.
it is Bobbitt's turn.
Do we wish to keep putting the armor on, or do we actually want to jump into this fight? It's a
Just keep your
decision.
distance.
Well, that's kind of my whole thing. So there's only the one guy just out by the stairway, right?
Yep, as
Yeah.
far as you can tell.
Ah, hell. Bubba
Eldritch Blast.
No. Bubba will work on fiddling with her armor in just a minute. However, she will pop her head out the door, see the guy in the hallway, and just sort of shrug and go, Bubba was hoping to field test this later, but we can skip and do it now. And from her, well, I'll explain her outfit later because I was planning on doing this when we met up again, not expecting a home invasion, but casually reaches to her belt and retrieves from it a modified version of the pistol she picked up from the that little fight we had the day before. Just casually points it down the hallway and goes, I wonder how this is going to work with the upgrades. And just fires down the hallway at this guy.
hear
aren't I lucky? I'm
you
the
hear
only
a
one that
click
gets
and
to see
a
it.
bang as the pistol
There's
fires.
it's just like there's like a instead of a bullet there, you just see this like small purple burst of light as this thing fires down the hallway. That's a 25 to hit, and just for the sake of flavoring, not saying it's an actual thing, but as she fires it, Puppet goes like backwards and nearly falls into Blinky, and just gets up, looks at the gun, looks down the thing, and just goes, "That's got some zip."
Roll your damage. That is a hit.
Stand in. And that is going to be +5. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Oh, the magical bullet hits Guild Thief 4 and he struggles to maintain his balance on the top landing of the staircase. And now it is the enemy's turn. Guild Thief 4 looks at Bobbit and he says, "Teach you to fire a bullet at me, you little scamp!" And he runs forwards into the room and he makes 2 short sword attacks with his multi-attack. And
I'm not working on my new AC, I'm just working on a flat 10 plus 3.
So the first one is a 13, so that's a hit.
Damn it.
So you take 3 points of piercing damage and you must make a DC 12 con save, please.
That's an 18.
That's an 18. You take 8 points of poison damage.
Rude.
He then makes a second short sword attack, and this one is unfortunately just a 10, so you manage to jump out of the way as he swings his sword at you.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Guild Thief number 2 uses his movement action to climb to his feet, and then he makes 2 multi-attacks at Nathal.
You bastard.
First one is a 19, so Nathal easily deflects it. And the second one is a 22, so unfortunately it hits.
Ooh.
Nathal, you take 5 points of piercing damage, and you must make a DC 12 con save.
That is a 17, so I don't need to add the con.
Nope. You take 5 points of poison damage, and you are immune to you are resistant to poison damage, so you take 3 points of poison damage. So altogether, 8 points of damage. Guild Thief
today's gonna be a good day.
Guild Thief number 3 decides to run into the nearby study, hide behind the wall, and then fire at you with his light crossbow. And that is a 15, so you just bat the bolt out of the way as it flies towards you.
Got it.
Meanwhile,
bad.
sneaking in from outside comes the Master Thief. He sneaks up to Veska and makes a sneak attack on her. Makes his first multi-attack with his short sword. That is a 17 to hit, so it hits her. She takes 10 points of piercing damage, plus an additional 13 points of damage, leaving her on 5 hit points.
Good God.
He then makes a second short sword attack, which is a 16 to hit, hitting her. And
she's dead.
She takes another 10 points of piercing damage and goes down, passing her first death save.
Damn!
Master Thief then makes his third short sword attack at Sir Lucian. Rolling a non-nat 20 and hitting Sir Lucian, who is still struggling to put his armor on. Sir Lucian takes 8 points of piercing damage, and then an additional 16 points of damage from the sneak attack, meaning Sir Lucian takes 24 points of damage altogether.
These guys suck.
Aren't you supposed to fight the boss near the end of the session?
Yeah, what is this shit?
See,
Can we push
he's not
later in the
quite a
session
boss.
to another day? Like,
You'll
I
see.
still have to try.
You'll see. I'm not going to allow you to just walk into the dungeon with all this damage. It's fine.
Well, that's nice.
It is Veska's turn. She passes her second death save. And
Good.
now it is Ava's turn again.
Oh, me. I'm gonna save Bobbit.
Alright, he's gonna fly in and come up behind Guild Thief 4. He is now flanked, so you may roll with advantage.
Good.
Oh boy.
Alright, that is 19.
That is a hit, roll your damage.
That is 5 plus 2.
2, okay. That is 7 points of damage, plus your D4, I believe.
The D4 was
Plus 2, yep.
2. Yeah.
He's still on his feet, go ahead and make your second attack.
That is 17.
17, that's a hit, roll for damage.
That is 8.
8.
No, 7. Sorry.
7. You lunge forward, stab him in the back, breaking some of his armor. He falls to his knees and then climbs up, brandishing his sword. He says, "I'll get you, giant chicken!" Make your third attack.
Wow. If he doesn't survive this, he's going to die horribly for that one.
That is 18 plus 6. So
Never mind.
What?
That is a hit. 18 is a hit. Go ahead, roll for damage.
That is 8.
As he curses at you, you lunge forwards and stick the end of your blade into the front of his neck. He coughs
wanna yeet
blood,
him.
and then you yeet him behind you and send him tumbling down the staircase.
Yeah. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
It is Bulb's turn.
Okay. Shit.
Sorry.
Pick Vesker up. Pick Vesker up.
You right?
No, I think he's just trying to work
He's
out
trying
what
to
to do
figure out
because he
what
doesn't want
to
to
do.
burn spell
The thing
slots
is-
for this.
I could raise Veska, but she's currently at 2
Yeah,
passes.
so she's about to stabilize.
Yeah.
I thought she was only at 1 pass.
Well, she
No,
passed
when she
when
went down.
she went down, and then she had her turn, and she passed the second.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Kick off, lizard boy.
I also want to keep my high level spells for fucking.
Oh,
Jeez.
don't use your high level spells then.
I'm going to use poison spray on the Master Thief. He has to make
Alright.
a Constitution save,
He's going to make a Constitution save.
and he now needs to beat a 15.
Well, he rolled a 6, so he failed.
Hey.
And now, because I am level 5, that is 2d12s.
2d12.
Nice.
Ooh, go ahead and roll that.
Hot damn!
Nice.
Oh, roll well, sir.
Can I
Oh,
bottle
that was that was a 9 and an 8, so that's 17.
Oh.
The Master
That boy
Thief
got a whole
coughs
heap of
and
spray.
splutters as your poison sprays over him. Oh, Remy didn't mention you could do that!
I love that he's a rat.
What-
And then I'm going to.
Wait. Wasn't Remy the name of the fucking guy we'd be getting intel from?
Yep,
Did the bomb blow up on him?
Son of a
you'll
bitch.
find out.
Fuck.
Sorry,
I'm not
didn't mean to
currently in
rant there.
combat. I am going to leave Veska down at the moment and run in here behind the door.
Yep, into what used to be the devil summoning room, but is now Nathal's shrine to the All-Father of the Giants.
And I can't ready an action, can I? Because I only have a bonus action left.
Well, you can
I?
ready a reaction. You can ready an action to use as a reaction.
Yes, well then, if Veska fails 2 death saves, I would like to use Healing Word on her.
Very well. It is now Sir Lucian's turn. His armor still half on. He's only managed to get the sabatons on, and the rest of the suit is just lying
I
on
love
the
that
floor
band.
in front of him. He screams and raises his charge blade and rushes forwards, and he nat 20s. He then expends one of the charges on his charging blade, dealing all up. Let's work this out. 21 points of damage to Master Thief. It is now Narthel's turn.
Alright, did I hear that right? The Master Thief is Remy?
No.
No.
He's working on Remy's orders.
Oh.
Or Remy's information.
Yeah, Remy's information.
This is very
Also, it's
confusing.
so confusing for me!
Yeah.
I know.
It sounds like Remy is the bad guy, but Remy is not the bad guy. But Remy is the bad guy.
But this Remy first spells his name with a Y instead of an I.
Yeah.
Alright,
Remy is not the bad guy. Bulb is the good guy. We're good here.
please tell me I heard that.
Yes, you
Like,
did.
yeah.
You may do a perception check, actually.
Alright.
I'm so happy I have a drink.
12 plus perception. 15.
15. Yes, you did hear the Master Thief utter Remy's name in the room behind you as he fights with Bulb.
Okay, I just want to know if I can do this before I actually do this. Would I be able to attack, presumably kill this thief, then move to the Master Thief and use my second attack on him?
Yes, you may do that. You may
Okay,
separate
good,
your
good,
two attacks with a move.
Awesome.
So long as
so
you
first,
do kill him.
Yep.
Yeah, assuming I do kill him. So Grand Thief attack with a plus 9. That is a 17.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
5 plus 5 plus 5, 15.
You swing your axe down, shattering the floorboards underneath him and send him plummeting down to the floor below.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And then you bare your axe and run into the master bedroom.
Oh no, just stomp.
Yep, stop.
What was that about, Remy?
The master thief just looks at you and he grips his short sword and dagger, ready to defend himself.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I think I made a serious error in my judgment here.
Alright, I'm going to put a second level Wrathful Smite in this attack.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Boys, point for keeps.
And that is a non-nat 20.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Well,
Okay, so Wrathful Smite is 1d6 at
Yep.
second level.
Yep, so
what's
2d. That's 2d6.
Alright,
So your damage plus your 2d6.
Alright, so that's an 8 plus 5, 13. So that's 13 normal damage and
Plus 2d6.
9 psychic damage.
Yep. You smash your axe at him, and the psychic energy bursts forth from it, hitting him in the chest. He falls to the ground, then looks at you, and screaming, runs out onto the balcony. Ah! And then you hear him slip as he falls over the side. You hear a sickening crack as he lands and snaps his neck on the ground below.
oh, damn.
Yep, okay. That'll do it.
That'll work. Okay, that'll work.
Is that-
Death is death.
It is now Bobbit's turn.
So there's no one else near us at the
Nope,
moment.
just Guild Thief. Just
we'll
Guild
just look
Thief
at Ava.
3.
But we'll just look at Ava and go, you can go help the others. Bobbit needs to finish putting her stuff on. And just fixing gear. I'm surprised did any of the kids wake up when Bobbit fired a bullet out of the fucking room?
Yeah, they're awake. They're just not saying anything. They're just sort of sitting in the corner, covering their ears and looking at Bobbit with wonder, as they haven't actually seen anything going on outside the room.
Also, they're probably used to people breaking into the house and assaulting the owners by now.
Yeah,
Oh, snap.
This is like a weird occurrence for them now.
it is
Damn.
now Guild Thief 3's turn. He moves up into the bedroom, and then he notices that not only is the Master Thief gone, that all of the other Guild Thieves are gone. Narthel, make an intimidation check, please.
Just that like slow head turn. You can almost hear his neck creaking as he turns, going, "Where do you think you're going?"
Okay.
Please pass this
that-
now, because I've
that
set
is-
this up beautifully.
It's a 17.
17. He just looks at you, and then he raises his hands, dropping his short sword on the floor, and he says, You know what? Screw the pay, I'm out of here! And then he just turns tail and runs, vaulting out of the window and into the night.
Can I chase after him?
Yeah, go ahead, make an athletics check.
Oh, see if you follow him, like, literally land on top of him.
That is a Kraken, aka Nat 20.
You see him
dear God.
about to vault through the window, you catch up to him and you tackle him to the ground. And that is the end of combat.
This is for the bulk. One finger comes flying off.
He just struggles under your weight. He says, "Oh dear, I didn't want to do it. Oh, they said they was going to pay me lots of money and the job was all simple like."
Oh yes, and this is also breaking.
It's supposed to be simple, rustic.
This is also for breaking in my house. Headbutt.
Oh Jesus!
Ouch, he says. He says, "All right, I apologise as I does. Accept my apologies. Just let me go and I'll tell you anything you want to know. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't paid enough to die here."
I've got a new plan. I drag him by his foot over to the balcony and grab his foot and hold him over the balcony. Now you're going to tell me everything I want.
He just screams. He says, right. So it's like, there's a guy in our guild. His name's Remy Thurston, like. The rest of you slowly gather around Nathal as he dangles this thief over the side of the balcony as he wails and screams for his life. Bulb slowly helps Veska to her feet after she stabilizes. Remy Thurston, right? Well, look, he was acting all suspicious. First of all, he gave the crystal from the zoo he was meant to steal, and the boss said he wasn't meant to come back. Well, he said he was going to keep an eye on Remy, and well, we saw Remy go into this tavern in the North Ward, right? The drunken dwarf or something or other. And, well, look, it wouldn't have been suspicious if Remy he got in the tavern and just come out. But he comes out and then these two freaky walking plants, follow him out. So we got back to base and we got back to the hideout. The boss had him captured, right? And he was tortured, right? And killed. And before he was killed, he said it was you guys. He'd been giving information over to you guys. Just let me go. I had nothing to do with it.
You know what?
Oh,
I think I will let you go. Let's go foot.
You let go
choice
of
of
the
words,
foot,
champ.
and the thief just falls, screaming, "Ah!" And then with a sickening crack, he lands on top of the body of the master thief, no longer moving.
Watch that last step. It's a doozy.
I was gonna say, you do realize that you can't even get revenge for Remy because he's dead now.
Yep.
Yep.
I reckon
Who
Bob can
wants to
find a
loot his
necromancer.
corpses?
And
I
apparently,
was gonna say,
remember when I said, Bulb, that I took note of you sending shrubs after him?
Yep.
Yep, I did.
Oh, Bob
they-
got him killed.
They failed their stealth check.
No, they
You
passed
couldn't
their
kill.
stealth checks. It's just that Remy was being watched by members of the Thieves Guild, and they saw him leave the tavern, and then they saw your shrubs leave the tavern like a minute after him and head in the same direction.
Remy, you got yourself killed.
This is a really weird form of suicide.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, Boyd sort of walks into the room, and Boyd has actually, just as a random fun note, Boyd's actually gotten a new outfit since her old one might have been damaged severely during testing phases of all her new stuff. So he's quietly just sitting there with a new breastplate finally fastened on properly. Also has some nice tan pants instead. Like the dress is gone now. They're actually wearing like tan pants, something that looks akin to like combat boots, and a very large, or for her anyway, a very large dark green overcoat with a shitload of pockets on it. Just sitting there
Covered
going,
in
"So, were there more people, or was that it?"
There were more people.
Aw,
They now appear to be gone.
Or it just looks down at like tool belt. Well, it's sort of like a holster / tool belt. Just so it goes, aw, Bobbit wanted to test more of her stuff.
It's okay, little one. More will come.
And so,
Oh, neat.
as you spend the rest of the early morning hours cleaning up the house from that short scuffle, finishing putting on your armor and calming down the children, you may have a short rest and you get 1 free hit dice.
Oh, that's lovely.
And what did the thieves have on them?
They just had their short swords and their armor. The only things of note they had is each carried a vial of basic poison.
Oh, there you go, Ava.
Nice.
Alright, I would like to stack all the short swords into a little makeshift armory in one of the rooms so we're not overburdened.
Yep.
Mm.
So, Ava, you obtain 5 vials of basic poison. Ava?
Thank you.
And yes, you may have a short rest with 1 free hit dice. Any others you spend will be your own.
So how many short swords and
So
armor and whatnot?
you got 5 short swords, 5 suits of studded leather armor, 5 vials of basic poison, and from the Master Thief, another suit of studded leather armor, so 6 altogether. An additional short sword and a dagger. So 6 short swords, 6 suits of studded leather armor, a dagger, and 5 vials of basic poison.
Studded leather armor. Would that be beneficial to me or not?
Actually, that's actually quite funny because that's technically the next step up from the leather armor. So if I hadn't have spent the money on the breastplate, I could have just taken that as a thing. Well.
So I will stick all these in the little makeshift armory I have, and we'll sell these when we can and split all the loot.
Yep. So Veska drinks a potion and spends her free hit dice to get back up to full health. So Lucian uses his second wind and the free hit dice and is back up to full health, save for 4 hit points. How's everyone else doing?
Bobbit used her free hit dice and just missing 4.
I didn't take any hits.
You didn't take any damage, yeah, so you're fine.
I am
Okay.
good.
And Bulb, the studded leather armor is AC 12
Yeah.
plus Dex mod, if you would like.
I would lose 1 dex. I would lose 1
AC.
AC. So
Yes.
literally, the only thing that would be beneficial to me at this point would be where was it? Fuck! I just had it open. Would be half plate.
Yeah, which is,
Dang.
And even then, that gives me
Expensive.
disadvantage on stealth, and that's not good.
unless it's mithril half plate.
True.
And so
True, but
with
I
that,
can't wear metal.
oh yeah, you can't because you're a druid.
That's right.
Spending the
Yeah, so-
spending the rest of the night cleaning up after the short scuffle, as the first rays of sunlight peer over the horizon and the autumn wind subsides just a little. You gather your stuff up and prepare for your entry into Xanathar's lair.
Well, actually, before we start heading off, Bobbit does have just an idea and a thought for certain people.
Yep.
Bobbit sort of, while we're cleaning up, Bobbit sort of wanders over to Ava at one point and just sort of goes, well, just the group in general, probably best to just address everyone. Bobbit sort of first sort of awkwardly shuffles and just sort of goes, Bobbit would like to apologize for what happened yesterday. That was a bad day. Bobbit learned a lot, and a lot of things happened. Things got kind of weird. And so it just shuffles awkwardly. You notice that Mr. Stick is no longer, she's no longer holding it constantly. It's now just like in a bandolier-style holster on her back, so she doesn't have to carry it, mostly because she doesn't want to at the moment. And just looks and goes,
Hug the child while she speaks.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, but Bobbit sort of perks up a little going, but Bobbit's learned a lot of fun new things the last couple of days, so Bobbit could actually help upgrade some of your stuff if you'd like.
Oh. Really?
Bobbit sort of looks over to Ava, who's obviously currently hugging her and going, Could Bobbit have a look at your swords for a moment?
Sure.
Alright, well, Bobbit's going to use one of her infused items, which is enhanced weapon, which I can fuse a simple or martial weapon into a +1. So I believe Dale has said that uncommon?
It should be usually it's only non-magical items you can use infusions on, but I'm allowing common magical items.
So take for example,
The
like
Moonblade.
Narthel.
So like
yeah,
Narthel's
your
axe
Moonblade
or
can be.
yeah, or Ava's Moonblade, I'll allow you to use your infusions on
So
those.
I was going to say, how often can I actually do this infusion?
You do it, you could do this you can make an infusion each time you have a long rest, and I will count, even though you didn't get a long rest, I will count this was an overnight sleep, so you may use one infusion.
So I can use one now.
One per rest, yeah. Same
okay.
as it's
So
the same rules as a tuning.
Yeah, so I'd only be able to do one as of now.
Yep. But you can...
Well, I mean, Ava's technically there first. Narthel will have to wait. Well, that is if Narthel's even paying attention when Bobbit's saying all this.
He's just probably too busy, smashing the bodies into the dirt or something.
Yeah. So Bobbit will actually
Breaking into my
infuse...
house.
Bobbit will infuse Ava's... Well, I can either do sword or... Wait, does she use a bow? She uses a bow, don't
She
you?
does
I
use a
mostly
bow,
use a bow.
but she
mostly use the sword, so.
Yeah, you mostly use
Oh.
the sword.
Fair enough. Though,
You have a
that being
choice.
said,
Would you like...
I was going to say, technically I could do... Is it one infusion per short rest, or is it one of a certain type? So,
It's one infusion per rest, so...
okay, so I can't do one of the enhanced weapon and one of the other one.
No,
okay,
unfortunately,
fair
you can only
enough.
do one. So, it's up to you, Ava. Would you prefer a +1 bonus on your bow or your sword?
Sword, please.
Well, Bobbit will look over. Well, Bobbit will take the moonblade from her. She goes up to her glasses, which she actually flicks down. They actually has sort of like welding goggles over the top of her regular glasses, and just starts like working out of. Well, I suppose they're like runes of some sort, just across eldritch runes across the flat of the blade, and along a small symbol appears on the front of on the side of the sword as she hands it back to you. So you now have a +1 sword, so you get an extra 1 to your rolls and damage.
Thank you.
But looks at it and smiles and goes, Bobbit even made sure to put his signature on it. There is a small symbol on her sword which looks sort of like the cog, which is the symbol of the House of Inspiring Hands, but it also has what looks like a beholder eye in the middle of it and a small hat on top of the cog. Like that's Bobbit's signature symbol. Bobbit has it on all of her stuff, like points to her breastplate, the back of her coat, even her odd backpack as well.
Out of character. You need to send me that. I said out of character, you need to send me that.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't got it drawn. This is just literally in my head, but I'll send you the description if nothing
but
else.
I think Kitty's offering to draw it for you.
Oh, I'll take that, absolutely.
Also, I just realized I should have increased my proficiency on my attacks, shouldn't I?
Oh yes, because level 5
I'm an
your
idiot.
proficiency does go up. So at this point, after handing your sword back to you, Bobbit stands at the edge of the balcony, and she reaches for the backpack behind her and pulls like a little loop dangling on a string, like you'd see on the side of a parachute. She pulls it, and immediately the top of the backpack opens up and a small little propeller pops out the top like a helicopter blade, and Bobbit just lifts off the balcony, flies over the railing,
Of course.
slowly comes to a rest in the grounds below. And then as she waits for everyone else to finish getting ready for the dungeon crawl, she strolls casually down the path leading to the gate to the street, and then looks up into the sky and whistles. And Bobbit, what comes at your whistle?
Alright, you guys looked. Oh, I guess there's anyone looking to see if what comes, or.
I would assume Ava
Yeah.
is at the very least.
Okay, you hear what sounds like a you hear what sounds like a slightly metallic roar as an 8-foot tall clockwork dragon descends into the.
Oh my god!
It's herself a godless and honest to goodness dragon that she built within the span of a week. So it's basically,
To draw.
I was gonna say this thing is. What was that?
I said, stop giving me so many things to draw.
Sorry, I wanted to make the most of not having to have my character sleep ever again, so I figured this would be a fun use of my time. And to be fair, even with the discount, this took up all of my money. I have like 6 gold to my name now.
All of Bobbitt's money.
So it's just this massive 8-foot tall. Well, it's a medium-sized construct, but it's still manages to be 8 foot tall, fairly decent sized. It's meant to be gold, but we'll just say it's fake gold for the middle fool's gold. So it looks like a gold-plated mechanical dragon just sitting there, and Bobbitt's sort of just sitting there patting it and looking it over. So feel free to come check that out when you get downstairs, of course.
I'm already down there.
As you all gather around, and Bobbit strokes under the dragon's chin and looks up into the sky and lets out a metallic roar as a plume of flame spills forth from its mouth into the clouds, the wind blowing it dangerously close to the trees in Narthal's yard. And then you notice, emblazoned on the front of the dragon, taking up most of its torso, is Bobbit's signature, the cog, with eye stalks and hat, glistening in the early morning sunlight.
There's also a small nameplate on there, much like she did for Duncan. She has named this one. So Bobbit sort of turns and Pratt looks at everyone. She looks at this point, despite not really sleeping for 10 days, slightly wired because she's absolutely giddy with this, and just goes,
I'll be
Bubba
back.
would
Sorry.
Yep. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Bubba would like to introduce everyone to Bobbert's new best friend, Keeper. That's Keeper, which stands for Cogs Enhanced with Engulfing Pyrotechnics and Eliminate Riffraff.
I love it.
I nearly spat out my drink.
And then, and with that,
So Bobbit just a fucking dragon. It's fantastic, and I love it.
and as you
my
all
lord.
gather around and laugh as Bobbit introduces the name of the dragon, we fade out to the main event.
We're gonna die.
I'll just change the music to something more appropriate. You make your way back to the old Zoblob shop. The city guard have started some progress on repairing the front facility, prevent this from falling back into Xanathar's hands. They did receive an order from the Lords of Waterdeep to begin repairing the damage to the storefront, just so there's no longer an eyesore on the side of the street. Narthal thanks them for their service. They salute him, and then you descend down the trap door into the chamber with the small eye-shaped hole in the wall. Then you insert the glass eye. You hear a loud metallic click as the altar begins to sink down into the stone floor until it is flush with the floor tiles. Then the floor tiles themselves begin to slide apart with a loud stone scraping filling the air, revealing a spiral staircase that leads down into the darkness. You make your way down. The walls of this narrow, spiraling staircase are carved with open eyes that glow with a faint, magical light. And as you descend into the darkness, you have no need for the light, as the further you go, the brighter the eyes carved into the stone wall begin to glow, until eventually the narrow staircase is illuminated by a dim blue glow emanating from the eyes. You reach the bottom of the staircase, and in front of you lies a circular stone door with an iron ring used to slide it open. The map of the dungeon is on screen, and you are here. You have only one way to go. Who would like to do the honors of opening the stone door and leading the party into the dungeon?
Bulb is at the back of the party because he does not like going underground.
No, he does not.
So, did you say there's light in here?
There is light. At least there appears to be light in this in this specific room, emanating from the numerous eyes that are carved into the wall.
Fair enough. I would like to say, Bobbit will probably be behind the likes of Sir Lucian and Narthal, but Bobbit does have Blinky close on hand just to get his take on this place, because obviously being, a part of a spawn of Xanathar, he'd know a little bit about this place. Nothing
Blinky
else.
just hovers behind you, his eye stalks nervously twitching as they look around for any sign of his quote-unquote father.
I was going to say, Bobbit does look at him and just goes, so, look, if we have to run into Xanathar, Bobbit does want you to hide, because Bobbit imagines he wouldn't be happy to see us again.
With this, Blinky just nods and presses closer to Bobbit's shoulder. Narthal, you grab the iron ring on the door, and you find this door oddly heavy. Please make an athletics check to open it.
Waiting for M2 to look at my lovely artwork.
Okay.
Well, it's better than this. It's fine.
That's actually an awesome start. I was kind of thinking more like the eye, like the middle of the cog, but that works as well. Either way, it looks. He's good. So keep going with dungeon though.
Very well, Narthal.
So what was it? Athletics?
Yep. To push the door open,
so
and I'm just
that
re-uploading
is
the
6.
crude map you have. Yep.
16 plus 7.
With a
So
grunt
that's
of
an easy.
With a grunt of exertion, Narthal and Sir Lucian stepped forwards, grabbing hold of the stone door and sliding it open, allowing you entrance to Xanathar's lair proper. You step out through the door, and you find yourself in a very strange hallway. The walls are carved with eyes of all shapes and sizes. Many of these eyes have stone eyelids that open and close at regular intervals. What is your passive perception, everyone?
14.
14? Okay, Bulb.
10.
You also...
Oh, that's wisdom, sorry.
Yep.
Passive perception was that. No, that's. What's passive perception again?
That's just
10 plus your wisdom modifier.
10 plus your wisdom.
Plus proficiency if you're proficient in perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, my bad. Yeah, 12.
Bulb, you, as you step out into this hallway, notice to the south 2 large double doors made of stone, and in front of them, descending from the roof, a ghostly blue eye stalk. Currently, it is staring down the hallway in your direction. It remains that way for about 30 seconds, and then rotates, facing the doorway. You watch. 30 seconds later, rotates around once again, facing the hallway, before eventually turning and facing the door. This, once you point it out to Narthal, you learn is one of the surveillance eye stalks monitored by the blind wizards.
Okay, so is there any indication that it's seen us?
No. You get the impression it seems to be, looking down this area, so you're just out of its range.
Okay.
So like a sentry mode type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the map?
In hell there. And and the map is in
Oh no, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
The crude map, sorry.
Yeah, I've got the crude map up now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll let everyone know that that's one of the security cameras, I guess.
Yep. So if you were to head to the south through the double doors, you'd have about a 30-second window of opportunity to do so. Otherwise, you notice another stone slab serving as a door right ahead of you in the northern end of this hallway. Furthermore, do any of you have a passive perception of 15?
Mine's 14.
14? Yeah, unfortunately, although there may be a secret passage in this room, you do not instantly see it, and if you wish to find it, you'll have to spend time actively investigating.
Do I want to investigate?
I
Well-
think so.
Well, we have to deal with the camera first.
Like
No.
the camera is here,
Camera is right here.
right here. Okay, would it be
But
able
just
to
remember,
see
if we-
here?
It would be able to see there, but not when it's facing this way. So someone would be able to go and check this area for 30 seconds. You'd have only 30 seconds to do it, meaning any investigation check that is done will be at disadvantage. And if you fail, depending on how badly you fail, you may get seen.
I don't like those odds.
No, so unless we should probably better off of just avoiding those until we can
Well, if this
find a way to
crude,
disable the cameras properly.
if this crude map is right, the wizards are here.
If the crude map is correct, yes. That is where the weird wizards will be.
And to get there, we would have to go all the way
Yeah, all the long way
through the audience.
through the audience chamber, yes. And then, unless
So
you
we
can
can-
manage to locate a secret door in this room.
Does anyone even have like a proper investigation skill?
I think it's just you.
Oh dear. So, options. Obviously, we're on the clock on this one, so we can't stand around all day trying to decide ideas.
That's correct. It's up to you what you would like to do. You do have two alternate exits out of this area.
Alright.
Oh,
So we either take the other exits, or we attempt our luck with the
Seeing if you... Because according to your crude
camera.
map, there should be a secret passage in that vicinity, because there is a corridor that's drawn leading into the one you're in. So you know that there may be something there, you're just on the clock to find it.
Just trying to make sure I'm just trying to work on what's on the map as opposed to where we are.
Yeah. It also occurs to you as you decide what to do that you have no idea where the Stone of Golorr would be hidden.
Oh, right. That's a problem.
What does Druidcraft do?
Meaning
Doesn't
you have
make it-
no choice but to search for it.
Yeah, crud. Okay, so do we want Bubba to try and investigate? Just keep in mind I only have a +2 to investigation. I'd be rolling with disadvantage.
You do have inspiration points left.
I have 1.
Can I use Druidcraft to make an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as the sound of maybe a rat moving through the tunnel, to see if the camera,
We'll
what is
follow it.
basically a camera, will turn to look at the sound?
You cast Druidcraft and make the sound of footsteps scuffling along the stone floor, and the eye stalk appears to hone in on the sound, peering in this direction until the sound fades away, at which point the eye stalk returns to its neutral position, just looking down the corridor.
Okay, well,
are there any loose rocks around?
no, well, without moving anything, I can cast Druidcraft again up around here,
Yes.
so that the eye stalk looks that way.
Doesn't that take up any spells? Oh,
No, it's a
no, it's a
cantrip.
cantrip. So
Okay, that's a cantrip.
So,
Yeah.
I don't want to ask if it will stop the disadvantage roll, but
it actually
if I
will. It
keep
will
that,
buy enough time to turn it into a normal roll.
Ooh,
do we want to try
that
that?
would that's probably our best chance of finding
Yeah,
anything.
I
Otherwise,
think
we're
so.
taking a long way.
Okay. The rest of you wait in the stairwell
Yeah,
just
I'll
out of
do
view
that.
of the camera.
Oh,
Bulb raises his hands, and you hear the shuffling of footsteps once again. It takes about 5 seconds, but eventually the eye stalk hones in on this sound, staring off to the northwest as Bobbit creeps around, hugging the wall out of view of the eye stalk, and begins to examine the westernmost wall closely. Make an investigation check, please, Bobbit.
Oh, 15.
15. That's just enough.
Hey.
About
Oh.
halfway through, you notice that several of the eyes on the westernmost wall around here never open. Their eyelids always shut. And then feeling your hand, pressing it against the wall, you notice there is a small square shape flush into the wall, serving as a secret door. You quickly make your way back to the rest of the party as the footsteps sounds fade away and the eye stalk goes back to staring down the corridor. You tell everyone it's there, and then you all wait, waiting for the eye stalk to turn to the south, facing away from you. And then you all scurry across the corridor, and Nathal, I will ask you to make an athletics check to open the secret door, please.
Please.
It's a 16.
16. You grab hold of the door using some of the perpetually closed stone eyes as leverage and slide it open, and then just as the camera begins to turn around, you duck into the next corridor.
Excellent.
Oh, so far so good.
Okay. This 20-foot wide, magically lit hallway connects various areas of the dungeon together. There is a strange feature in this hallway. Humanoid statues, very lifelike, dot the hall, just sitting at various intermittent points down the corridor. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. These lifelike humanoid statues are just left at random intervals, and you notice that the majority of them appear to be raising their hands as if it's self-defense. Their mouths open, screaming.
Oh, good. And now the joys of metagaming. I know what this is, but I can't say anything. Yay!
We turn around and we walk out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
time to
walk
leave.
out of the entire dungeon.
Dungeons
And we give up on our adventuring careers, and we go live happy lives as farmers out in the countryside.
No, we're bartenders. We have. I
home.
was gonna say we have a bar. We could just do that. We'll just work as bartenders. That's the rest of the campaign. It's just the daily lives of us running a bar.
As you take
I would like to leave everyone and make my own cheese empire.
as you take in the sight of the strange statues, you see a flicker of movement coming from around the corner, and 3 small gazers start hovering down the corridor in your direction. Everyone, please make stealth checks to hide away
I have
from
a
these
question.
gazers. Yes, Ava?
With Ava's, experience out in the wild, meeting different creatures, would she perhaps
Be able to tell what these statues are?
yes.
We'll get to that in a moment. Please make
And
stealth checks, everyone, to hide behind some of the statues as 3 gazers begin to make their way down the corridor.
That's a 21 for me.
None at 20.
On that 20,
23.
23, Bulb,
Bulb jumps out in the middle of the corridor, raises his robe, and flashes the gazers because he rolled a 5.
That's fine.
Wow.
It's a group
Yes, we're doing
pass. It's a group
Oh,
pass.
thank God.
All
Oh, thank God.
clamber.
I was going to say, he goes to do that, you just have someone just comes in, just grabs him, and just throws him over.
Nathal just grabs Bulb by the edge of the cloak as you all clamber behind some of the statues. The three gazers slowly hover past, using their eye stalks to look in 360 degrees around them. They eventually pass you, move through the secret passage, and into the corridor you just vacated. Now,
Yay.
as you slowly come out from behind the statues, if Bulb and Ava would like to make nature checks, as Ava requested, you may go ahead.
What is my nature now that I've got
It
proficient?
should have gone up by 1.
Yeah, so that's that is a 24.
I got 17.
4. These
Damn.
do indeed appear to not be statues at all, but, as a shiver of fear runs down your spine, petrified adventurers. There are multiple causes. They could have been petrified by a basilisk, by a Medusa, or by Xanathar himself.
Oh, thank God.
Quick question. What did my vial of basilisk oil do? Did it stop the effects or did it reverse the effect?
It reverses the effect. But would you like to waste it on one of these statues, or would you like to save it?
You say
for one of
waste,
you
and that
guys?
has me worried.
Well, no, I mean
Yeah.
like if you use it on one of these statues, you won't have it to use on one of you guys if this happens.
Which is entirely likely.
Well, we could get information though.
Yes,
If one of the adventurers knows. God fucking damn it! No, I'll save it until
You
come to a
continue
better
cautiously on, your eyes staying fixed to the fearful yet terrifying statues. And as you make your way further down the corridor, you hear, coming from around the corner, suddenly, a deep gnome in clown garb is dancing and
Of course he has
cartwheeling
the
up.
goddamn...
A deep
Sorry.
gnome in clown garb is dancing and cartwheeling up and down the hall between the statues.
What is going on? I don't
Of course he
like it.
has jesters.
Do you want to try to hide from the jester? Or would you like to try to get information out of him?
Oh, I just want to deal with gnomes
Clowns.
today.
No.
It's just gnomes, just not today. Do you want to just try and hide from the guy?
You do note that he does not appear to be armed with anything, and he appears to be basically lost in his own world.
He's still a gnome and sounds quite batshit crazy, which means he probably has magic instead. Or he's just a regular gnome.
Yeah, hide.
Hide, alright.
I want to get to these wizards and take out the security
Stealth
systems.
checks
Yeah.
for everyone, please, to hide in amongst the statues once again.
Bulb once again jumps out into the.
What'd you roll this time?
An 8.
19. Bobbit just takes one look at the gnome, just instantly gets friggin' Vietnam,
Instinctually hides behind.
Vietnam flashbacks and just hides behind the nearest statue.
And that is a group pass.
Hey!
Bulb
once
is doing
again-
his best to get caught.
You once again clamber for shelter behind the statues as the deep gnome jester cartwheels past. And as he gets closer, you hear him muttering under his breath, "Stupid beholder, say my jokes aren't funny, say you're going to obliterate me? Pa to that!"
Aw.
He continues
Well, he wasn't
cartwheeling
bad.
past until his laughter and vague gibberish rambling recede into the distance. Your signal to come out of hiding.
Well,
As-
at least we know he
as
wasn't
it
completely
seems that-
bad.
As it seems that I mysteriously get the urge to jump out in front of enemies whenever they come and we need to hide, would you guys like me to cast Pass Without Trace?
That would be awesome. How many
would
can you
give
do it up
us-
to? How many can you do it up to?
Each creature I choose within 30 feet of me has a plus
Every-
10 bonus to dexterity.
Everybody hug Bulb right now.
I have Bob.
Hug Bulb as Bulb casts
yeah.
Pass Without Trace, allowing you to quietly move down the corridor.
Quiet.
You come to a door to the west. A featureless stone door with no clue on what is on the other side. Would you like to open it, or would you like to continue on to where your crude map marks as the wizard's place?
There is nothing written there for the crude door. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Ugh.
It's entirely up to you.
All right, take it to a vote. What does everyone else want?
Part of me wants to know what's in it.
But the other part of you wants to get the surveillance system down as soon as possible.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get the surveillance system down first.
Yeah,
Then we
Just
can go
probably.
a quick question.
Yep.
Were those tokens supposed to be up?
They weren't supposed to be, but it's fine. I'll
Okay.
reveal them. You know the name of the monster, but you don't know what the monster actually is. So
Yeah.
Yep.
ignoring the
That
feature,
is where the weird wizards are supposed to
it
be.
is, yes. Ignoring the featureless door, you continue on, turning east and heading down a narrow hallway. The walls once again marked with glowing eyes as you step out into a featureless rectangle room containing the following features. 5 bald dwarven wizards, their heads covered with purple eye tattoos, sitting around the edge of a glowing purple circle on the floor. It is with a spasm of horror that you notice that not only are their eyes shut, their eyes are sewn shut with thread. Yet they appear to be aware of their surroundings, attuned to the magic circle. Protruding from the ceiling, directly above the circle, is a large bronze bell, similar in shape to the mouth of a tuba. Presumably, this is some sort of alarm system. Finally, you notice, watching over the wizards, 2 large mechanical constructions, humanoid in shape, and as you look at them, you notice that each one appears to be piloted by a duergar, except piloted is perhaps not the right word, as these duergar appear to have had their limbs removed and their bodies grafted into the innards of the mechs themselves.
Okay, look, okay. Before we go any further, I'd just like to raise a small personal note of seriously, what the hell, man? What is this shit?
Whereabouts is the alarm system or the bell?
The bell is right in the center of the room with the circle.
And
Obviously, there's
could you describe the bell again, sorry?
It is large, brass, and tuba shaped, protruding from the roof. It's high enough in the room that it would be quite difficult to touch it accidentally. It appears that it appears. Actually, I would like you to make an insight check, please, Bulb.
Okay. No, that's only that's numbers, insight. I don't have insight, but it is wisdom. That's a 8.
Based on its
Oh,
shape,
dear.
a large open funnel, like the end of a tuba, you presume that its intended way of functioning is for the wizards or someone else to magically send sound up through the tube. Presumably this would alert Xanathar or whoever else is in charge of the alarm system. As such, simply bumping into it or touching it, or the sounds of battle, would not be enough to immediately cause much alarm.
Have the wizards seen us?
No, they are too busy attuned. They are attuned to the circle entirely and utterly. It appears that the two Duergar mechs are the sentries for this room.
Here is an idea. Let's just say, wild shape into a spider. Would you be able to like produce webbing?
I believe.
You'd have to be
Well,
a
that would have to be
giant
a
spider. Not
Yeah.
a normal-sized spider won't be able to produce enough webbing.
Well, I have a 3rd level spell that could hurt everybody in this room.
But
And
what I'm thinking is we muffle some of the tubing.
Yeah,
To
but
cover it up.
yeah, but it also sounds like it has to be an intentional spell to hit the
Yeah, so
spell.
most likely
So-
anything that they would be sending up into it would demolish the webbing.
So yeah,
Okay.
I could wild shape and muffle it, but that could also alert them, which would
Okay,
give
yeah.
away any potential surprise round that we might have.
Okay.
Otherwise, I do have a 3rd level spell called Erupting Earth.
Mm.
And as these guys are sitting down, would that technically mean that they're prone?
Yes. Well, the thing is that the wizards are non-combatants. They appear to be fully attuned to this circle, and as such, if you attacked them, it would be unlikely that they would even attack back. That's why the Duergar mechs appear to be posted here.
Okay, well, I could take them out in one go, hence hopefully stopping any spells that they cast to alert the place.
But then you'd still have
And-
to take out the mechs.
Yes, but the spell, I believe, with the range, could also hit the mechs and deal
Some damage to them.
a hopefully decent amount of damage, because I believe a mech would not be such dexterous.
can't
It would
tell
be
you,
more.
but that
Yeah,
seems
you
a
can't tell me.
reasonable
I'm just
assumption.
saying. Yeah, I'm saying to the group that I believe
Yeah.
they wouldn't be dexterous. They'd be more strength based. So I could have a good chance of doing the full damage to them, and it would make it difficult terrain for them to move to get to us if we stayed in the doorway and funneled them.
True.
That being said, we also don't know the capabilities of these mech. It could be the mechs that cast the spell.
Yeah.
So
How would you like to proceed?
I'm just giving out my
Sorry.
option.
Is there anything we can roll to see what these mechs are capable of? Would Bob be able to
Bobbit
try and
may-
look into what these?
Bobbit may make an Arcana check.
Oh. I was gonna say, will I get anything because obviously been working on mech stuff for a while or the last week or
Yeah,
so.
you may make it with advantage.
Hey. Take 18, so it's 18 plus. Come on, that's gonna be 23.
23. Based on the mechs, you notice that they appear to be designed for combat almost exclusively. You cannot see any component on their bodies that would cast magic. Rather, you see their weapons, hammering arms and a large drill.
Are these basically just dwarven big daddies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
basically.
like it.
Well, fun. Suppose now we have to try and work out. So they're definitely combat, but it's obviously just quietly listening to everyone else going, definitely, combat only. So the wizards would definitely be the ones that would most likely raise
Cast
the
a
alarm.
spell.
Yeah.
If they are given the chance to unattune from the circle and actually cast the spell to raise the alarm.
So are they actually in a trance right now?
They appear to be in a trance, yes.
So could Bulb assume that maybe they would automatically fail a saving throw? If it was dexterity based?
They would definitely be at disadvantage, if not fail it automatically.
Okay, well, you guys know Bulb's option.
Alright, so yeah, we've got his one, which would technically take out most of the things in the room. I don't think we have, unless anyone else comes up with a better idea on how to disable this without being caught, I don't think we have much of a choice in the whole fighting on this one.
Yeah. And the best part is, it does not say that I alert anyone with sound.
Lovely.
So it is
I'm
silent.
glad you registered that shit.
I was definitely fucking saying that.
Alright, so go ahead, Bulb, cast your spell.
Is that what everyone's going to do?
What's everyone else feel?
No one else seems to have a better idea.
Well, we still like to value everyone's opinion, so...
Well,
What is
if that's
everybody
the case, if Narthel would like to stand in front of me...
Yep, he already
is this how we're standing in...
This is how
so
you're
we
standing.
can all hit?
Yep.
Okay, well, I cast Erupting Earth.
Ooh.
Everything must make a dexterity saving throw,
Yep.
and a fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
All of the creatures in the room fail their dex saves.
Additionally, the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain until cleared. Each 5-foot square portion of the area requires at least 1 minute to clear. So, that is 3d12s.
Go ahead, roll your damage.
Roll high, please, sir.
Ho!
Sounds like a win.
That is 28 damage.
28 damage. Ooh. The
Those things
stone,
are wizards. They're squishy as shit.
the stone floor in the room suddenly begins to shake and roil and break apart silently until a large fissure appears in the very middle of it. Silently, all 5 of the bald wizards tumble down deep into the earth, and then the fissure is swallowed up behind them.
Oh.
Eventually, presumably when the wizards fall to their death, the purple circle blinks once, a flash of white light, and then slowly fades away until it is nothing more than a featureless engraving on the floor. Meanwhile, the 2 Duergar mechs, instantly alert, turn in your direction and begin marching towards you. Please roll initiative.
They definitely took damage from that, correct?
They sure did.
It's a 21.
21 for Narthel.
I got an 8.
I also rolled a 21.
Okay,
What's
so
your dex, Narthel?
My dex is 15 plus 2.
Mine's 16 plus 3.
okay, so
Ah.
Bobbit goes first, and how did Ava go?
11.
11. Okay. Lovely.
As I won't be going first, I'm going to go get another alcoholic beverage.
Okay. Narthel, you are up first.
No, Bobbitt's up
And
first.
No, Bobbit's
Bobbit's up
first.
first, and while you engage in fights in Xanathar's lair, you must defeat the enemy within a certain number of rounds, or someone may hear the sounds of battle. The limit for this fight is 4 rounds, as it's 1d6
shit.
rounds per battle.
I thought it was 1d6 plus 2. Shit.
Oh yeah, sorry, so it's 6 rounds.
You're welcome. Because I remember you telling me
Yes,
about
yes,
this when I
yes.
was
6
freaking out about this
yeah.
the other day.
You must defeat these mechs within 6 rounds to remain undetected. So
Well, in
you are
that
up
case,
first,
I'm really
Bobbit.
glad we got a head start. I was going to say, what would I have to roll if I say I wanted to take a shot at one of these guys, but only at the actual... Like, is the
At
area
the
around where the Duergar has forcibly been put into that machine, like, covered, or...
No, it's
How does it
uncovered,
work?
and you can hit it. The only thing is you'll have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Well, sure. I have to actually hit this thing. I'm feeling slightly lucky, so let's see what we go. 1, 2. So that's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. That is a hit. You fire your gun. Bang! Hitting the Duergar inside the engine of pain. And you may deal an extra 1d10 damage with your attack.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
So 2d10 plus 5.
Yeah, this is actually a feature of the monster.
That is ridiculous, and I love that. That was, oh my god. Holy shit, I rolled a 10 and a 9. That's 19 plus 5. 24 points of damage.
Lovely.
Wow.
You fire, your bullet hits the Duergar, and you see his torso and head waver and shake in pain, and he would open his mouth to scream were it not fused magically shut. However, as part of hitting the engine of pain, the Duergar Hammerer gets a reaction, and it may respond by using its multi-attack whenever you hit the Duergar. So it's going to fire 2 hammers at you, thrusting its arm.
Shoot those things?
Yep, it thrusts its arm forward and hurls one of its hammers at you. And as soon as the hammer leaves its hand, a compartment in the arm opens up and another hammer is shoved out to the end of the arm. So that will be a 19 to hit at the first.
Of course. You can always see a Boba going, oh wow, that's so cool.
You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have made a seriously poor mistake here.
It then hurls a second hammer at you and rolls a 15. The hammer bounces harmlessly off your breastplate.
Yes, because my new AC now is 18 for all my upgrades.
It is now Nathal's turn.
Alright, which one were you attacking, Bobbit?
Mech 1.
Number 2, I believe.
Oh, number 2? Yep.
Oh, Mech 1.
Mech 2. Mech 2. Mech 2.
Seriously concerned with how much damage this thing can take, though. Sorry.
Yeah, I will go up and smack it, because I think we should all concentrate on one.
Yep.
I was going to say, obviously the area, just remember the area is like rough terrain at the moment with the,
Yeah, but he's got enough
Earth
movement
spell.
to get there.
Oh yeah.
It's only 5 feet away.
Lovely.
Okay, first one is a +1, that is a 21.
21, that's a hit. Roll for damage. And are you just attacking the mech in general, or are you also going to go for the Duergar?
Yeah, probably go.
Alright, so you're going to roll with disadvantage in that case, so roll again.
Okay. That is a non-nat 20.
That's a hit. You may add an extra 1d10 to your attack.
Fuck yeah. Okay, where's my
Just
D10?
have to keep in mind, if it doesn't kill it, then he gets a free shot at us.
He does.
Okay, that is a... Alright, calculate, hold on. 6 plus 6 plus 4. That is a 16 on the first attack.
Yep, and then a extra d10 from hitting the Duergar.
8, well, all up 18.
18. You slam your axe into the Duergar. He swings back and forth, and you hear him groaning in pain. The mech then lashes out with a multi-attack with its 2 hammers. The first one is a 9 and bounces harmlessly off your armor, and the second one is a 22, not nat, and you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. You may now make your second attack.
That's down to 41.
Seriously, how much health do these things have? This is some durable
That is
shit.
a nat 20.
Nat 20,
Oh, dear
okay.
Lord.
Roll your damage and double it.
Okay, and I'm rolling with the D10. Do I double the extra D10 damage?
No. That's just...
Okay. Okay.
Wait, did you roll for disadvantage on the attack? Because you only get the extra D.
Yeah, you only get the extra
damage
D.
if
You only get the extra D10 if you hit the Duergar, and that's to roll with advantage to hit that. But you could just a nat 20 on the mech itself. You probably won't need the 1d10, so just roll your damage and double.
I don't know.
Alright.
Just checking.
I'm back.
Yep.
6,
Aye.
5.
Oh, it's still alive.
Yep,
It's still alive despite being. Yeah, it has this.
it's got a lot of
exceeding
HP.
durable.
And that is a 30.
That is a 30. You
Ooh.
swing your axe and smash it into one of the cogs beneath the mech's arm. It whirs, steps forward, tries to hit you, and then topples over with a loud clang. Duergar Mech 1 is destroyed. It
Oh, there
is
you go.
the enemy's turn. Duergar Mech 1 moves to the corner of the room, and then it hurls multi-attack, its first hammer at Ava. And that is a nat 20 to hit Ava.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
Jesus.
Ava, you take 22 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the second hammer, it hurls at Sir Lucian. It rolls an 18. The hammer bounces uselessly off Sir Lucian's shield. It is now Veska's turn. She fires a ray of frost at the mech, hits it, deals 5 points of damage, and halves its movement speed. And now it is Ava's turn.
Oh. Well then. I will attack the bastard.
Alright, you're gonna go for the mech, or you're gonna try your luck with hitting the Duergar?
The Duergar mech.
Yep, just the mech itself. That way, if you hit it, it won't get a reaction to multi-attack, so just go ahead and roll normally.
That was a nat 1.
Nat 1, unfortunately,
Oh, dear.
you
Oh, no.
miss. Your sword just clangs off its front breastplate. You still have 2 more attacks, however.
I do.
Just remember to add those ones to those rolls.
So that is 16 plus 8.
16 plus 8, that is a hit. Roll your damage.
Ugh. That is 6.
6 points of damage, not bad. Roll your d4, it is not immune to psychic damage.
4.
4, 10 points
Nice.
of damage. Okay, go in with your third attack.
That is 18.
18, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
That's 6.
The mech whirs as you slice some of its cogs away. It is now Sir Lucian's turn. He runs into the room, raises his sword, and nat 20s. He deals
Jeez.
18 points of damage to the Duergar mech, shattering its control module. It whirs, it falls backwards onto the floor.
Clearly that one took more damage than the first
Oh.
one did.
That one
only
had
took one round.
lower HP. Yeah, it only took
Duly
one
noted.
round. The time limits are mainly to make you tense, not to actually
Yeah.
be in danger of.
Well, boo you, sir.
Yeah. And
We
so,
still have plenty of combat encounters
Yeah, I
to go
know.
to be tense about.
Yeah, I know.
you enter
Oh,
the
dear.
remnants of this room, and as you do, Bulb and Ava, you notice, it's easier to notice on this side as it's from the back side, a secret door here, leading into the corridor beyond. Presumably, this was to allow the wizards easy access to and from this room.
I'm not gonna lie, as much as I really, really want to, I know we don't really have time for looting of the mech for their parts, but damn it, that's tempting.
Right?
Can Bold try and see if there's any lingering magic in the air to try and see if he can tap into the security feeds?
You can already tell, without even casting a spell, that there is no magic. The death of the wizards dispelled all magic in this room, as the air of energy that you could feel pressing against you when you first entered the room is completely gone. And the circle
Okay.
lies on the ground inert.
Oh, well.
Okay.
So, where to now?
Right, only because I'm on a time limit, I want to look in the room that's just labeled, that hasn't got a label on it.
Oh, the blank one.
Yep,
Yeah.
this room here.
I might pop a potion before we do that, though.
That's a good
Actually,
idea.
Yeah, I might do the same thing too.
I probably should.
That's,
Yeah, I
one-
feel
one
like going
D4
through the.
1d4 plus 8.
Yep,
2d4.
2d4 plus 2 for the healing
Yeah.
potions.
That works for me.
Alright, so you're going to check out this unmarked door here.
The secret door.
As you leave this room, you see a flicker of movement coming from your right. And
Oh, no.
you see it. The thing you hoped against all hope not to see. You see Xanathar himself floating
What the-
down
Oh,
between
fuck.
the statues
What
towards
the-
you.
Well, we fail.
What would you like to do?
So where's
Cry.
that?
He's
fuck,
coming
we're
from
fucked.
this direction towards you. He hasn't
Holy
yet
shit.
noticed you.
We're fucked.
You
Through
can try
the,
to...
through the door, and up into the other corridor that we entered in.
So you mean...
through the secret door?
So you
or-
mean through this
Yeah.
way?
Through here and up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, bail back. Yeah, yep.
Because there is a chance that he noticed that this got destroyed.
Yeah, well, if he hasn't noticed it now, he's definitely going to know in about 2 seconds, and we don't
Are you
want to be in the
gonna
room
just
when
are
that
you gonna
happens.
just rush through, or are you going to wait and see whether he's just gonna move past, or if he's actually coming to check this?
Bob goes here and sticks his head around the corner watching.
Yep. Meanwhile,
I
Nathal,
go with Bulb.
please make
Bulb
an
wants to
athletics
stick with it.
check, Nathal, to open the secret door.
19.
Nathal grabs the door and wrenches it open, revealing the passage on the other side. And you watch and wait. Ava and Bulb, please make stealth checks.
And remember, oh, that's a nat 20.
Thank God.
Oh, so that's
One
30.
time you needed it. Fuck, man. I'm so glad you hit that.
Remember to add plus 10.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a
Yeah,
concentration
pass
spell,
without
and I
trace. Yep,
haven't taken damage and
Damage.
didn't use concentration.
exactly.
Alright, so that's okay. I got well over 20, so
You watch and wait. You hear Xanathar drawing closer, hearing him humming.
I got like 20.
And Xanathar
Maybe
continues.
30?
Xanathar continues on, wordlessly making his way past the room in which you are hiding and continuing on down to the south. You all breathe a sigh of relief.
Bulb nearly passes out.
Wait.
Okay. Right, so we are definitely not going down this hallway anymore.
Not
For-
the next 5.
Yeah, not for the next 5
No.
minutes.
So you're just going to move on into this next hallway? Very well.
I
Do we
guess
all do
that's...
that? Where? Yeah, where
Well,
exactly?
Once Bulb sees he passes, he comes over.
Yeah, I
and-
can see the monsters.
I know, I'm just
Oh, God.
making them invisible, because...
Yeah.
You move into the next large corridor, and here you find X17. This appears to be some sort of promenade. Pillars carved with eyes follow the curvature of the hall, and these eyes seem to track you as you pass by. As you make your way down the hallway, you hear footsteps and voices coming from further down. You may make
son of a bitch.
you may make perception checks, please.
That's a 20. That's a 20. Unnatural 20.
I'm following the way of Bulb. Hey guys, over here!
Nah, Bobbit is still thinking about the mechs in the last room and just rolled a 5.
You hide behind one of the pillars as eventually a particularly mean and ratty looking Duergar slowly makes his way down the corridor. He seems to stop at various points, checking the eyes, prodding them with a wooden stick as if he's conducting some sort of inspection. He reaches you and passes by the pillar behind which you are hiding. You hear him muttering to himself. Why does it always have to be a Mergo who makes the... Why does it always have to be a Mergo who makes the inspections? Why can't anyone else do it? God damn Kenku and their stupid incompetence at performing inspections. He enters through the double doors and passes on through the north.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Where would
Fine.
you like to?
Up there.
Where would you like to go from here?
What does that say? What? Something ball? What does that say? Something
I was
ball?
talking about the...
Yeah,
In
the
the-
crude map, sorry.
Yeah, in the crude map. See, I can't actually read everything that's on it as well.
No.
Because it's just part of the module, so you try your best to make sense of...
A-B-I?
Yeah, try your best to make
Is it
sense of the bandits.
A-B-I? It's supposed to be Zappy or something?
Zappy Ball,
don't know.
perhaps? Yeah, Zappy Ball or Zombie Ball.
It's not a P. It doesn't look like a P. Like, well, I can
Zombie
read it.
Ball?
It's like Z-A...
Could be
Nah,
Zombie Ball,
it's
I
like
don't know.
Z-A... God damn it.
So where would you like to
helplessly
go
replaced.
from here?
Home?
Yeah, home. You wish.
I know.
Let's. Either
Yeah.
arena or creepy brains.
Yeah, arena
We're
or
doing
creepy brains or
Creepy
audience.
Brains sounds like a terrible decision.
So according
What's
to your map,
the-
this is down, creepy brains is here, audience is here, and arena is here.
Well, based on where Xanathar was going, that the arena is most likely where Xanathar is heading towards.
You mean
Also the audience area.
Yeah, you mean the audience
Yeah.
area. Yep.
Also leads to boss, possibly.
So it's likely
Yeah.
he may have been heading back to his sanctum.
Yeah,
What-
which is
What's the thing that we're looking for again called again?
The Stone of Golorr.
Stone of Golorr.
Stone of Golorr. Dickhead could have called it ball instead.
He could have. He may
But
not
then
have
again,
known. Keep
Duergar
in
went
mind
up
that
there.
this map. Keep in mind that this map is apparently a year old, so it's
That's true. That's
unlikely
true.
he would
Oh no! Yep. Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
Oh dear.
What's Amergo?
Amergo is the name
Nostra?
you heard that is the name you Amergo and Noska are the names you heard that Duergar mutter as he walked past. Presumably they are
Oh.
lieutenants of some description, and according to the
Oh.
crude map that may be their quarters.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Okay, so that hallway was just really bad.
Yeah,
yeah, that was like the.
That's the main hallway basically.
Okay then. Oh dear. So then,
Who wants to go to the brains? Oh, actually, do we want to try and get to the dead beholders?
Yeah, which
Well, we
are
don't
up
know.
on the
Oh.
next. They're on the next floor down, and apparently you can get there from here.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That could be a possibility.
I mean, could do.
Also, if we look at this map, there is a staircase, if I'm looking at this properly and it's accurate, that leads up into the audience chamber.
Yes.
And also into the lieutenant hallway as well.
Yes.
From the kitchens.
Presumably,
Yeah,
according
where-
to your map, it's referring to this staircase, which leads to the kitchens.
Hmm.
if we get to the Dead Beholders, we could potentially find some useful stuff.
Yes.
Also, possibly a place to hide, because I doubt anyone would, go to that sort of area frequently.
So you'd like to move to the staircase that's in this room and head to the next floor, see what you find?
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Alright. Nathal, I would like you to make an athletics check to open the heavy stone door.
That is a 18, sorry.
18. You slide open the heavy stone door, and you find yourself in a room comprised almost entirely of large square columns, and the roof contains at least 2 or 3 surveillance stalks. You sigh with relief knowing that you would have been spotted the moment you entered this area had you not dealt with the wizards.
Yay!
You find a staircase that purports to lead down to the next level, and then steeling yourselves, you head down it. And you end up coming down this staircase here, emerging into, that is 32, emerging into a rather bare stone hallway, featureless save for a ghostly blue eye stalk sprouting down from the hallway ceiling, another surveillance point that you have disabled.
Excellent.
There appear to be 3 doors from here. One to the west, which according to your map leads to the kitchen. One to the north, which according to your map leads to the Dead Beholders. And one to the south, which according to your map leads to Drow Weirdo.
I vote Dead Beholders then Drow Weirdo.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Fair enough. Now, you said this was... You said this is just a fairly simple-looking hallway?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even have eyes carved on the walls like the ones downstairs.
No?
Like the ones upstairs.
I was going to say, will we have to roll anything to check for any potential traps? Because if everything else is overly eccentric, the fact that this looks exceedingly plain could be seen as a worry.
So you'd like to be keeping an eye out for traps as you move?
Yes, I would.
Very well.
Bobbit would-
Bobbit, please roll an investigation check.
Let's say non-nat 20.
Your instinct must have been honed to a sharp point because you find, directly in front of the door leading to the Dead Beholders, an entire section of floor has been separated and turned into a very large pressure pad, presumably to keep anyone other than Xanathar, who would just float over it, out of this room.
Yeah, see, plain hallway in an eccentric lair immediately equals traps.
So you may attempt
Okay,
to climb over it somehow, or you may make a Thieves' Tools check to disarm it.
How does everyone feel about Bobbit attempting a disarm?
Pretty nice.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got no other way of getting over it, so
Okay then.
Alright, Bobbit, make a Thieves' Tools check, please.
18.
18. You insert your Thieves' Tools under the pressure pad and jiggle them around. You hear a click, and then, on the door in front of you, a spectral vision of a small beholder appears. It opens its mouth, twisting it into a cold smile, and then fires an eye beam, which hits the stone wall next to it, turning several of the stone bricks into dust.
Oh.
Then disappears. The trap is disarmed.
Ooh. Well, lucky Bobbit.
Disintegration ray. Nathal, please
Yeah.
make an athletics check to open the door.
I'm
So
going
say
to
it
use the
again.
inspiration point on that because that was a 2.
Alright, try again.
God damn, I'm really glad I decided to look out for that, because that's
16.
an issue.
Yep. You grab the door that you saw the spectral beholder emerge from and nervously, steeling yourself, half expecting to be disintegrated, you slide the door open and step into the room beyond. And you find...
I was dead certain if that had hit us, that would have killed us instantly, because I'm pretty sure disintegration has a certain threshold.
Yeah, that was a save or die trap. So...
If disintegration, if it takes your health down to 0, you
Yep.
are gone. And there is no reviving because you're dust.
Yep. This appears to be a large crypt of some kind. Suspended in floor-to-ceiling crystal cylinders are 4 dead beholders preserved in embalming fluid. Magical lights illuminate the cylinders from within. Meanwhile, 9 shallow alcoves have murals of beholders painted on their walls. Standing in each alcove is a beholder-shaped copper urn atop a marble pedestal. The lid of each urn is moulded with 10 eye stalks. The westernmost wall is carved to display a scowling beholder flanked by 2 hooded wizards. And Bulb and Ava, you both notice that beneath each wizard's cowl, 1 glaring eye is visible. It's shining as if it's separate to the statue itself. So these would be the cylinders containing dead beholders. These are the alcoves, and the 2 wizard statues are along this wall.
I was going to say, Bob sort of just like peering at Blinky, who's sort of just chilling in her coat, just goes, "Do you know anything about this room?"
Blinky simply tells you that sometimes Xanathar comes here to reflect on his mortality, surrounded by the corpses of past Xanathars.
Oh.
These are all Xanathars?
Blinky just nods nervously and then dives back into Bobbit's clothing. You may make an insight check, Bobbit, if you like. Or Bulb may make one.
Can we both?
Yeah, you may both make one.
I can try. Ooh, I got a 19.
Yeah, I got like a 6. I got a 9.
Based on what Blinky has revealed to you, and the presence of multiple dead beholders here, you suspect that Xanathar is not a name, but rather a title that is passed from beholder to beholder.
Huh. Well, that's fun.
And this room is where all of the past Xanathars are interred.
Well, he is hoping that Xanathar isn't feeling particularly reflective today.
What would you like to do?
Can I have a look around where the dead beholders are and see if there's any traps?
Yes, make an investigate check, please.
It is 16 plus... What's the investigation? Was that... just flat 16.
You do not notice any obvious traps. However, as you examine the dead beholders floating in embalming fluids, you notice parts of their corpses are puffed out and bulgy as if something has been implanted inside of them.
Are they connected to anything?
Nope, they're just floating in crystal tubes.
How much time has passed while he's investigating?
Not much, only a few minutes.
Would it be close to 10 minutes?
Your pass without trace has worn off now, yes.
Oh, no, that's an hour.
Oh, that's an hour?
No,
yeah, it's been about 10
10
minutes. Yeah, it's been about 10 minutes.
Would I be able to cast Detect Magic while
Yes,
he's
you
doing
can
that?
while he's doing that.
Because I don't want to do it and cause people to wait, but if we are going to be in a room for 10 minutes...
I'll just say, Robert would like to inspect so they would like the glowing eyes on the wizard statue?
Yep.
Well, that's why I'm doing Detect Magic. Just
okay.
They are magic.
Can I just roll a standard armor check, or...?
Yeah, you could. You can roll an investigation check to check the statue while Bulb casts his Detect Magic.
Sorry.
You okay, Kitty?
Yeah,
You okay, Kitty?
just
but the-
dropping things.
So, Bulb, you detect several sources of magic from this room. There is magic emanating from the dead beholders. There is magic emanating from each of the urns in the alcoves, and furthermore, there is magic emanating from both of the statues. However, all three fields of magic appear to be of a different type. The magic emanating from the dead Xanathars appears to be necromantic magic, perhaps to preserve their corpses. The alcoves emanate illusion magic, and the wizards emanate conjuration magic.
Stay away from the wizards.
Would anyone be opposed if I smashed one of the ones and cut up a dead beholder?
If you like.
I wouldn't be opposed to it if we can make sure it's not going to cause a massive alarm, because if Xanathar is so sentimental about these,
Yeah, he may.
he may have them alarmed. Otherwise, go for it. I actually wanted to ask to do the same as well.
So,
As well as looking for any traps.
so Bobbit,
Yeah,
Arcana check.
That's a 23.
There does not appear to be any sort of alarm attached to the four dead beholders. Rather, the necromantic magic appears to be purely a way to preserve their corpses.
Right. That sounds like an all go for me then.
Alright, Nathal, roll an attack roll, please. See if you can shatter the crystal.
That is a non-nat 20.
Non-nat 20. You raise your axe and smash! You shatter the crystal. The embalming fluid seeps throughout the room, and the dead beholder lands on the stone before you with a loud plop. Suddenly, the bulging part of it begins to move, and with a sickening
And there it
squelch,
is.
4 gas spores burst out and explode.
And fuck.
I
There
would
we go.
like everyone to please make Constitution saves.
That's a nat 20 for me.
Of course it is.
That's
a
18.
9.
And
That's
9.
a fucking 9.
Well, shit.
18.
Inspiration. I'm fucking using
Use
inspiration.
your inspiration.
Do it.
Yeah, because 4 of those things will probably kill us.
That's
How-
a 13.
13.
This
Okay.
was-
How did Ava
Oh, dear.
go?
18.
18. Okay, Bulb. You are taking 14 points of poison damage. The rest of you are taking 7, and Nathal is taking 4.
Was that 14? Sorry.
Yeah, 14
Yeah.
points of poison damage. And you
Yeah.
are now poisoned. The poison condition. Bulb.
Okay, I'm gonna write that in temporary.
Shit, I should have taken lesser restoration.
I have the lesser restoration charm. I don't have it stocked. You can also get rid of. Oh no, you can get rid of diseases with your healing.
Yeah, you can. Can't get rid of poison. But yeah, you are now poisoned, Bulb, and make all your attack rolls and skill checks with disadvantage.
I am going to immediately use one of my charms.
Very well, to restore that. You are now
Yeah, 'cause
fine,
I
but you are
definitely
still
need to.
down 14 HP.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. Yep. Yep.
Alright. Can I cut off its eye stalks?
Yes, you can. And now that
dear.
the
Okay,
gas
so-
spores have burst out, the
Oh.
dead beholder appears to be inert. Please make a dex check, Nathal.
Seven.
Bobbitt's just covering Blinky's eye for this, because
No, don't look, child. That's a 19.
You cut off some of its eye stalks. The majority of them just sort of wither away as soon as you cut them off. Evidently, the embalming fluid and the magic wasn't enough to fully restore them, but you do cut off one, and it remains intact. And you could still feel magic emanating from it.
Someone wanted to a kind of checky roo for me to see what it is.
Go ahead, Bobbit. Make an Arcana check.
Bobbit wants money for this for you mutilating Blinky's. Bobbit would like money for this for you mutilating Blinky's family.
Payment up front.
See, I was going to say there's silence going on here, but that wasn't a joke.
Well, I mean, maybe Bulb could do it if he wants to.
Sorry, I missed. I was missing out.
Would you like
Sorry.
to do an Arcana check on the Beholder Eye Stalk that Nathal has managed to cut off the corpse?
Yeah, sure. I'll try. That's a nat 1, so don't worry about that.
Yep. No,
There's magic in that bitch.
it's an ordinary
Well,
Beholder
look who's-
Eye Stalk.
Nathal needs to pay into
Yep.
Bobbit.
So, Bobbit, how much would you like to charge?
Look who's just run out of options. 20.
20
I'll
gold.
give you 1.
15.
I'll give you 1.
10.
I'll give you 1.
1. 1.
Bobbit ain't doing it.
Alright.
Hey, Nathal.
What?
You could pay for
Pay it.
Nathal. You could
I
pay
didn't
if
know
you
what she
want.
said.
Oh, she said
I
she said
will.
pay him. Alright. Ava pays you 20 gold pieces. Make an Arcana check, please, Bobbit.
See, this could all have been avoided. The awkwardness could have been avoided if we'd just done this. Now let's see how much I can actually do. That's an 18.
So this is a still intact Beholder Eye Stalk. At any point, Nathal may hold it out in front of him, and he will get one use of a Beholder's Eye Ray ability. And then the stalk will wither away, the last of its magic having been used up.
Neat. Alright, who wants to smash the rest of them?
Bulb walks out of the room and keeps an eye on the floor.
No!
They've all got gas spores
So
in them.
did
you
we
can
learn
assume.
nothing from the last one?
There are also the
So
urns
that's a
and the
no.
wizard.
That's a no to smashing the rest.
There's
Yeah,
also
I'm
the...
curious about the urns.
I'm curious about the wizard, but at the same time,
Yeah.
conjuration magic is a concern.
Would you like to open one of the urns?
I'd like to
Did we
open
detect
it.
anything? Well, did we detect anything from the urn?
Illusion magic.
Dale, I would just like to say that Bulb is out here.
Yep, Bulb is out of the room. Fair enough.
He's keeping an eye. He's
Bobbit is
actively watching.
I'm all
Bobbit's
for
gonna go
that.
check on. Yep.
Alright.
Bobbit's gonna go check sit with Bulb and Ava because she's not happy with Nathal at the
Yeah,
moment.
so Lucian's just gonna stand in the doorway while Nathal opens one of the golden urns.
But
topped
not,
with eye stalks.
not close to it. I'd
Yeah.
like to reach out with my axe and just
Knock it down.
not
So it shatters?
see if I can open it. Open the lid without knocking
Okay.
it.
I'd like you to make a dex check, please.
That's a 19.
You carefully lean out your axe, and using the tip of its blade, you clutch your axe under the lid of the urn and slowly lift it up. The dust in the urn immediately begins to pour out, almost as if on its own, and the cloud of dust settles in front of you, and it coalesces into the vague shape of a full-sized floating beholder for a few seconds. The beholder opens its mouth, smiles, and makes a growling noise. Then it loses cohesion, and the dust falls to the floor, inert.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
It was a frightening experience, but it appeared to do no harm.
Maybe these were the Xanathars that died before the necromantic preservation magic was found.
Very likely.
I would like to do it with another one. I'm testing out a theory.
Alright. You want to just open this one, or use the same tactic again with your axe?
Same tactic, thank you.
Alright, make a dex check.
That is a... Crap, what's my dex again? That is a 15.
Once again, as you pry the urn open, a cloud of dust whooshes forth, and in front of you it coalesces into a slightly smaller beholder that's missing a couple of eye stalks. This beholder opens its mouth, and for a moment its mouth shrinks to a surprised O shape. Then it loses its cohesion, and the dust collapses to the floor.
Alright, there goes my theory then. Yeah, I'd like to open more.
Alright.
Thank you. Same tactic.
Go ahead and make a dex check, please.
That is a 9.
You open 3 of them, and the same thing happens. The dust coalesces into the shape of a beholder. The beholder each time looks slightly different to the previous one, and they only last for a few seconds before the dust loses shape. You may make an insight check if you wish.
Can we all do that, or
Yeah,
just him?
You can all do it if you
That is
like.
a 15.
It's a 15.
13.
You suspect that these are, as Bulb said, the Xanathars from before the necromantic magic was put in place, and that the momentary glimpse you see upon opening the urns is the shape of the beholder contained within, a way to remember them.
But nothing else.
Nothing else. The only other thing of note in the room is the 2 wizard statues.
I remind Nathal that the statues were conjuration magic, meaning they bring something in.
Or remove something.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Yeah, I'd like to go to one of the statues and have a closer look if I can.
Okay, you may make an investigation check.
That's a 7. I investigate nothing.
You see a statue of a robed wizard. It's made of stone. There doesn't appear to be anything interesting about it, save for its right eye, which appears to be a gem of some sort, and looks as if it could be either removed or pushed further into the socket.
Can I attempt to remove it?
Alright, I'd like you to make an athletics check, as soon as you touch it, it appears to be stuck fast to the statue, so make an athletics check, please.
Oh, +7. That's a 19.
Nathal removes the gem with a loud click, and the rest of you watch as a beam of purple light is shot out from the empty eye socket. It hits Nathal, and he immediately vanishes.
Hey! Bye, everyone!
Well,
Unbeknownst to everyone else,
we told you.
unbeknownst to everyone else, Nathal, you find yourself standing in a narrow, windowless, featureless room on the other side of the wall, containing nothing other than a human-shaped sarcophagus.
Oh,
Neat!
so you're just trapped in there.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, well, I'm going to put this out here. The words "we told you so" are thrown around so often these days.
It is at this point that I'm just going to add everyone to the map here. So Ava could go here as she is the highest AC, and
I
then
guess we've wasted like half an hour here.
Wait. I was going to say Ava's AC's higher. I thought Bobbitt's would have been higher.
Bobbit. Okay, well Bobbit, you could go there then. I'll put Ava here.
Oh,
Bobbit,
that
you
was a
go
bad move.
there.
actually,
And-
wait, is mine higher than... Lucian's
And-
would still be higher than mine,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
so, but Lucian's already in the room. He's holding the doorway.
Yep.
At
Fair
this
deal.
point, a few seconds after Nathal disappears, there is a shaking, rumbling sound as the two wizard statues open, bisected through the middle, and each of them reveals inside a single mummy.
Oh, great.
The mummies groan and then take a step forwards towards you. Roll for initiative, please.
Thanks, Nathal. That's going to be a 10.
You know,
Yeah.
even great. He's going to leave now to go to work.
Yeah.
gonna be
He's got no idea what could happen.
14.
Yeah, that's why I was doing all this stuff, to move stuff along. I want to find out what happens.
Yeah, 14 for Ava.
Yeah, that's
How
great,
did-
except now you're trapped in a cubic
You-
room and we have to
I've
fight.
watched the stream!
How how'd you go for? I'll still get Liam to roll for his initiative. So
Doesn't matter, he's in a freaking box.
yeah, but he might be able to find a way out. We never
That is
know.
a 17.
17. And how did you go for yours, Bulb?
I got a 16.
16. Okay. So the mummies get to go first
Of course.
with their 18. Mummy number 2 makes its way over to Sir Lucian, and it attacks with its it attacks with its rotting fist. First of all, it rolls a 24, and
Oh.
Sir Lucian takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage plus 10 necrotic damage for 19 damage altogether. He must now make a Constitution save, which thankfully he passes. The mummy then uses its dreadful glare on Sir Lucian. He fails his wisdom save, and he fails it by 5, and so he is paralyzed until the end of the mummy's next turn.
Excellent. There goes
Mummy-
there goes their entire front line then.
Mummy number 1 sneaks into the doorway and attacks.
Hey, I'm a
Bobbit-
frontliner.
Yeah, Ava is a frontliner.
Okay, sorry. There go our tanks.
And attacks Bobbit
I'm
with a
HP
rotting
than Nathal.
fist.
Quick
And-
question on the attack. These, before you roll that, do the mummies count as undead?
They do indeed.
Well, in that case, I would very much like you to make a DC 15 Wisdom save
For both of them.
well, pretty much on your attack. Well, whoever's attacking me.
Yep, well that was a 3, so it fails.
Yes. So, thanks to Bobbit's, I should probably introduce you to Bobbit's patron ability, since I finally remembered that I had this. Called Among the Dead. You have advantage on saving throws against any disease. If an undead targets you directly with an attack or harmful spell, that creature must make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or forfeit targeting someone instead of you, potentially wasting the attack or spell. Do either go hit someone else or basically waste your turn.
It then turns around and makes a rotting fist attack at Sir Lucian, and it rolls a 9. So, even paralyzed, it is unable to pierce his armor. It
I was gonna
is.
say that'd be a real fun thing of like everyone else just watching this zombie thing go to hit Bobbit and just stop and go elsewhere.
It is now Nathal's turn. He looks around the tiny tomb he found himself in and determines that he is trapped and begins banging on the wall with his axe to no avail. It is now Bulb's turn.
Oh, fuck. A perception check to see if I can hear anything coming down the hall would be an action, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually can't see any of the enemies.
Well, you would hear Bobbit fighting with one.
No, yeah, but my spells need line of sight.
Yeah. Well, you can move here next to Ava.
Oh, the
Two,
party
you can.
token.
Yeah, you can both. Oh, yeah, where the party token is. Yeah, you can go there. And you can both share the same square. These are 5-foot squares.
Okay, well, I'll go behind Ava.
Yep.
And a
Nope.
mummy would be immune to poison, so I'm going to
think.
produce flame and throw it.
Lovely. Go ahead and
Yep.
roll to hit mummy
And two.
number 1.
Ugh.
Or mummy, mummy 1. Or 2, whichever one. You can see both of them.
Mummy what? God damn. 5 plus 12.
That's a hit. Roll for damage. And double
Okay.
it
Oh,
because they are
hold on.
vulnerable to fire.
Oh fuck yes. And
Yay!
wait. Produce flame when I get to level 5.
Does
Goes
more
up
damage.
to 2d8.
2d8. So 2d8
Wait,
and it's
the
double.
D8 double it.
That is 20 damage. 21 because I add
Ooh,
the one
yes.
from my staff. Does that get doubled as well?
Uh,
The one from
that
my
does.
staff?
Actually, that does too. So 22
No,
altogether.
22.
Your
22.
flame hits the mummy, singeing away some of its gauze. It continues walking towards the party, now aflame. It is now Ava's turn.
I hit it.
Go up next to Bobbit and hit it.
I'll
Very
cast
well.
Zephyr Strike.
First, as a bonus action, yep.
Actually, wait. Wait.
Wait.
I will. Sorry.
All good.
I'm just
think
looking at. I'm looking at something.
I think I just figured out how to get Nathal out as well.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
On Mummy 1.
Yep.
Very well.
Um.
You still have your 2 normal attacks.
Yes, I do. I have advantage on. Oh no, advantage on wisdom and perception, or wisdom survival and wisdom perception.
Yep.
Anyway, and now I'll hit it.
Alright, go ahead, roll to hit.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Alright, that's a 19 plus 8.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
Okay, so we have 9,
Yep, 9.
and then
Damage from it being a favoured foe.
wait, we've got the D4 from psychic damage, which was 4.
Yep.
And then what is it? Another D6.
Yep, for your favoured foe.
Well, for Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark, yep.
Oh, that was a 1.
It's better than nothing, though. And you still have your second normal attack.
I do. I still have my second attack, and this is every attack, so not once per turn.
Yep,
Nice.
So 14 plus 8.
that's a hit. Roll for damage.
6.
6 points of damage. Not bad. You hear some of its bones shatter underneath the gauze.
And I don't get the psychic damage again. I get another D6.
You do
though.
get the Hunter's Mark damage, though.
Yeah, which was a 6.
6, not bad. It is Veska's turn. She steps forwards and fires. Actually, she casts Blur on herself.
Oh.
And then
Yay!
she runs past Mummy 1, which gets an attack of opportunity against her, and it misses. She runs around and attacks Mummy number 2 with her short sword. She hits it and deals 7 points of damage.
Well, there you go.
It is Sir Lucian's turn. He is paralyzed. It is now Bobbit's turn.
Okay. Bobbitt's basically just going to take out a gun and try and House of the Dead style, aim for the head.
Yep, go ahead. Roll to hit.
Plus 8, 23.
23, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
I did D10, not D8. Where's my D10 at? Alright. It's gonna be 12 points of damage.
Raise your gun. Bang! And the mummy falls over backwards, its arms flailing.
Yay, headshot.
It is now the mummy's turn again. Mummy 2 moves away from Veska, drawing attack of opportunity. Unfortunately, she only rolls a 6 and can't hit it. Moves up into the doorway and makes a rotting fist attack against Ava. That is a 17, so that's a hit. Ava, you are taking 11 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 10 points of necrotic damage, so 21 altogether.
Whoa.
And you must now make a DC 12 con save.
This bad.
I got a 13 plus 3.
So you do not contract mummy rot. You are fine.
Alright, how much damage did I play? Sorry. 21?
Yeah, you needed to get 12, and you got well above
No,
that.
I said how much
damage
did I
21, yeah.
take?
It then uses Dreadful Glare on Bulb. Bulb, please make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save. That one might be one that I can do. Well, that's a 17 plus 7, so that's 24.
The Dreadful Glare does not frighten you, and you remain steadfast. Okay. It is now your turn, Bulb. Actually, well, it's Narthal's turn, but he's still banging on the inside of that tomb, so it's your turn, Bulb.
I produce flame and try to hit the mummy.
Alright, go ahead. Roll to hit the mummy.
That's an 18 plus 7, so 25.
That's a hit. Roll your damage to double it.
That was 2 8s, so that's
16 plus 2, so that's 18 points of damage altogether. Just like the mummy before.
No, that's doubled, isn't it? So it's 16, 32.
Oh, yeah.
That's 34 damage.
Okay, your fire hits the mummy, and you watch as the flames overtake it, and it slowly is burnt down until nothing more than rags and ash remain.
Neat. So it's just us now?
Combat appears to be over, and as the second mummy hits the ground, there's a rumbling coming from the westernmost wall, and then the walls themselves open up, allowing Narthal to leave the tomb and rejoin you.
Kick him in the nads.
I guess Boba just walks up and just punches him in the leg. It's like, stop messing with magic things.
I think this session's definitely this dungeon's definitely going to be 2 parts.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, absolutely. That was always, without a doubt, that was always going to happen.
Yeah, it was always going to be 2 parts. Go ahead and make an insight check, please, all of you.
19.
19.
That's a 8.
That's an 8.
Also 19.
Seeing the 2 sarcophaguses on the other side of the wall, you realise who these mummies were. They were the necromancers who were forced to preserve the past Xanathars and then killed.
Aww.
The sarcophagi. However, the 2 sarcophagi do not appear to contain the bodies of the mummies, as you know that those were contained within the statues.
Hey?
The sarcophagi appear to contain something other than the bodies of the mummies, as the mummies emerged from within the statues. So what do the sarcophagi contain?
You know what? Fuck it. Let's in for a penny, in for a fucking pounding.
Alright.
Yeah.
Pounding.
Yeah. That's basically what we're getting thanks to people's
All right.
decisions today. So why not? Tomb raiding it is.
If Nathal is still
Oh,
here,
yeah,
please
found
make
it.
an athletics check to open the sarcophagus.
That is a 16.
16. You reach over and you hear the sound of scraping stone as you lift the lid off both of the sarcophagi. Now, I would like someone to roll 2d20s and add them together, please.
Who
I'll
wants to
roll
do
one,
that?
and someone else can roll one.
I'll
and we'll
roll
add
the
them.
second.
Yep,
Okay.
alright.
This is going to be either really awesome or we're all going to die. There is
I got-
no in between.
Got 16.
I got 10,
16.
so 36.
26.
36. Okay.
26.
Inside the sarcophagi,
26, sorry, 26.
inside the sarcophagi, you find two things of note. In the first sarcophagi, there is a small white wand, seemingly made out of bone, and in the other sarcophagi, there is an aged leather pouch that contains potions and scrolls.
Who wants to look at the wand?
Well, okay, so Bulb can do an Arcana check on the pouch, and you can do one on the wand.
I'll do an Arcana on the pouch.
Plus 5, that's an 18.
So you have found, Bulb, a wand of magic missiles.
Son of a bitch.
It-
I got a 17.
Okay, so I'll just go through both of those. The Wand of Magic Missiles is an uncommon item. It has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one or more of its charges to cast a magic missile spell from it. For 1 charge, you cast the first level version of the spell. You can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge you expend. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn, and if you spend the wand's large charge, it will crumble into ashes on a roll of 1 on a d20. The pouch, however, contains several items that may be of use. Contains, first of all, let me just roll for these. So inside, there are 2 scrolls and 2 potion bottles. And Bulb, you identify these as... I'm just gonna roll for them, and I will roll to get a proper one. So the 2 scrolls
Sorry,
are...
Spock's trying to get my attention.
That's okay. He's a good bird. So, the 2 scrolls are... Spell level 3 to 4. Okay. The first one is a spell of Dominate Beast. A scroll of Dominate Beast. A 4th level scroll. The second is a scroll of Aura of Vitality.
Ooh,
Oh.
that one may be good for Bulb. Can I use Aura of Vitality?
It is a paladin spell, apparently.
Paladin. Oh, okay. Yep.
But you could attempt to use it. Healing energy radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius until the spell ends. The aura moves with you, centered on you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including you, to regain 2d6 hit points. Additionally, the 2 potions are... Let me roll for them as well. Ooh, these will be quite interesting. You will be happy for these.
Ooh.
The first one is a potion of fire breath. After drinking this potion, you could use a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you. Target must make a DC 13 Dex save, taking 4d6 damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The second potion is a potion of resistance. Upon drinking it, you may select an element, and while the potion is in effect, which is 1 hour, you gain resistance to the chosen
Don't
element.
bite my headphones.
I've got to go.
Alright, see
Good,
ya,
see you,
Liam.
man. See you later.
Have a fun day at work. See ya.
Oh, before I go, there's another statue with a gem in it, isn't it?
Well, that was just to the other tomb.
Oh, well, I want to pull that gem out as well.
Oh,
It
yeah, go
opened
ahead.
up.
Roll an
Oh,
athletics check.
No, we already opened both of them.
Yeah, I
We
know.
already
He can
would've-
still pull the gem
That's
out.
17.
17.
Yeah,
Okay.
well.
You end up with both of these exquisitely carved gems, which should be able to fetch a price of around 200 gold each, depending on what seller you find.
Neat.
God
And
damn.
also, Dale, I've sent you my character sheet as well.
Thank you. Well, I'm wrapping up now anyway, so
Okay.
yeah.
Fair
You
deal.
guys have fun.
So
Okay, well,
Go
I'm not fussed who gets what. Bobbit has already tucked
Taken
the wand of magic missile into her holster, into her belt.
okay, the scrolls and potions. Who's interested in those?
Feel like we should give the element resistance to either Ava or Sir Lucian.
I guess Ava could
As
take.
they
She
are.
moves because Ava
Yeah.
moves around a lot during combat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Ava. Yeah, Ava's our strike force. The
Yeah,
other two are
so-
Yeah.
She's our strike force.
May as well give her the potion of fire breathing as well.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'm the dragon.
Yeah, 'cause you can
Breathing
move
again.
around, get a good angle on the enemies, and then breathe fire on
Boost
them.
them. That sounds metal as fuck. Do it.
And then
The
the
scrolls,
scrolls, I
guess-
suppose Bulb could take both of them.
So, sorry.
what's that?
What am I
So
taking?
you're getting a potion of fire breathing and a potion of
Yep.
resistance.
Okay. I'm just writing it down.
Say maybe give the scroll of aura healing,
Like,
aura vitality,
vitality
to
to Nathal.
possibly Nathal, because he would have less chance of ruining the scroll.
Yes. Okay,
yes,
so
true,
you'll
true.
give it over to him, and you'll keep the Dominate Beast spell for yourself,
Yes.
yeah,
which is a spell
that sounds
level
like a good
above
move.
what you have. Okay,
Yeah.
and with that, you have actually cleansed this room and made it safe to take a short rest in.
Boy.
Oh, I can
Tempting.
heal without having to use fucking spells.
Yes.
That would be awesome. Please do that.
And so,
Okay.
as we
Please.
end today's session, part 1 of the Xanathar's Lair dungeon crawl, you may all take a short rest.
34.
Alright.
34 out of 38.
Don't
So
throw
that's
on my
okay.
headphones. Let me heal, Spock.
And I made a mistake today. I didn't take locate object.
okay.
Yeah, could have
Eee.
used it to find the Stone of Golorr.
Shit. Well,
But
that's
I wasn't sure if we could use it anyway because you need to have some familiarity with the object.
yeah, and
Well,
we
you
haven't
have-
actually seen it before.
You
we
have
haven't
seen it.
before.
Remember, there was the chase. You were chasing the drow with it.
Oh god.
Oh wait,
damn
no,
it.
that was
yeah.
the eye. Sorry, no, you
Yeah,
haven't.
that was the eye.
No,
Sorry.
we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So
We have not seen this thing.
Yeah, you only know its name.
Spock,
Cool.
stop
I'm
it.
back up to just about full.
Yep. So Lucian is up to just about full, and
I can't find my D10.
we'll see how Ava goes. And Liam could do his short rest at the start next week's session.
Someone roll me a D10.
D10. Okay,
Alright.
I'll roll one
Yeah,
for you, Kitty.
I got a 7.
I got an
Okay.
8.
Oh, there you go. 7 for you, Kitty.
Oh, I rolled an 8, but that works too.
Yeah, he said it first, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lost.
We don't add our con to our.
No, you don't when you're doing
No,
short
not that.
rests.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's fine.
Tragically, no.
I'm just making sure. So yeah, I used 2 hit dice and I'm up to 34 out of 38. I'll take that. And I've only used 2 spells.
Yep. So as you
So-
go about divvying up the items that belonged to the unfortunate necromancers, pull out some of your rations and make a meager meal, spending the next 10 minutes just resting in this hall of past Xanathars, treating your wounds as you deal with the prospect of setting out once again into the dungeon, knowing that you have barely scratched the surface. And
Yup.
thus ends this week's session. thank you everyone for joining. We hope you enjoyed what went on today. And we hope you tune in next week for part 2 of Into Xanathar's Lair. Will our party find the Stone of Golorr? Will they run afoul of Xanathar? Will they meet something even worse? They've done pretty well so far, but it could all go wrong in a single dice roll.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to check us out on Patreon. Links in the video description. And share and subscribe if you have not already. Once again, thank you for joining us today. And until next week, when you see a laughing, cartwheeling deep gnome, you make sure you hide quick fast.
Before we go off the edge, take a quick split second to thank our Patreon
Thank our
subscribers as well. So,
Blue Collar Gaming, otherwise known as BCG. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon, BCG. We look forward to talking to you and hearing your thoughts on the events of today's session. And so, until next time, once again, if you see that deep gnome, make sure you hide, because he did not look very safe.